I do, but I thought I had some of the side characters I have not finished, like Robin.
Oh.
And, some of those guys, some of those boys.
Yeah.
Nightwing, Catwoman. We should be streaming, by the way. We should be live. T is here, also known colloquially
What'd you call me?
What?
As Teenus, the big T.
I've seen Teenus. Yeah, that's really got a lot of steam, and I'm not sure I like it. Maybe I do.
My special T. Also,
that's a good callback.
Oh
yeah.
No! All the combat
Dude,
ones
that's
are done.
really bad news,
You
huh?
just have to do those ones.
I don't think I like this. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and Catwoman's too, dude.
Yeah. Jill, you want to go? Can you go listen to the audio on your phone?
No.
Please.
Okay, fine. Can you take this?
So we're starting. So you want to hop in? So do you want to do Catwoman's, Robin's? What's
whatever's most difficult for you? I'm gonna make you look like a clown because I got clowned on last time I played this game.
I think that's gonna happen for me too.
It was genuinely pathetic. Like I got stuck so bad on Robin's for I think End of the Line Extreme.
That's a tough one.
The
though.
one where they're all armored. That's that one right down on the train yard. Is that End of the Line?
End of the Line.
Like go over to the Predators. You should be used to Predators. You know all about it. Being one yourself. Being one yourself, unable to go within.
No.
So
switch hitter. So you have to become a bisexual, is what they say, and then you have to triple header, also sexual, and then Fall Guy.
Triple header, you and I experienced earlier.
That was an interesting.
See, the problem isn't actually doing those things.
Okay.
No. Actually, it was the one. Go back.
Okay.
Upper right in there, not End of the Line. And we know.
End of the Line.
What? What character are you on?
Nightwing.
Okay, it was on Robin, so it must have been the extreme one.
Okay.
See,
okay.
I'm getting confused because of your shenanigans and tomfoolery.
There's a lot of tomfoolery going on here. I'm gonna start with some combat then. We'll get started. We'll get all lubed up and ready to go.
All right, excellent. The boys are back in town. T is base, says Lucas. Hey Danielle or Daniel, I don't know which you are. You might be the 1% of the female audience we have, but you are probably not because like I only attract people like me.
That's.
Like, hey, maybe it's the jokes. Maybe there's like an underlying, amount of truth to what we're saying.
I think there is. Yeah, there's certainly some edge to it for sure.
We're also going to be extremely, what would you say, like unprofessional and eat during the stream in a little bit. So if you like ASMR munching noises, not the kind on Orange YouTube, we're going to be having some pizza. What else?
Tough start, man.
So here's the thing.
Hold on, man.
T used to be a world record holder, so this whole thing is just to embarrass him. He was a world record holder on. Yeah. What was it again?
I think it was on Joker's Carnival.
Joker's Carnival. The Jerkler.
Is it the Jerker? Is it the Jockler?
There's the Jonkler and there is the Jerker.
Dude,
and I like both.
I really there's like YouTubers who are doing videos on that subreddit who like have never done Arkham content in their life, but they are getting into this content with this subreddit that's just gone off the walls. But it's not like you were saying. It's not like that anymore, right?
What? No, the subreddit's still insane.
Well, no, but it's like it's more based on rage at Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah, a lot of people are very upset right now. And I
would
Why?
Say, what's the problem?
Well, I don't know.
What are we mad about, guys?
I don't know. I mean, the whole thing seems like it was written by the Jerker, so.
By the Jerker?
Yeah, the Jerker. We're gonna have to move this for next time you scream and like actually an ear destroy.
I'm really sorry about that.
What's up, Joe?
I think it sounds great.
Okay. Do you guys in the chat think it sounds great? So here's the thing. There was a comment from someone either named George or Jorge. I don't know which, and here's why.
You can take a guess right now.
Inclusive.
Because popular Spartan 2, George from Halo Reach, I just lost T over here, is actually spelled Jorge. So it's possible that this viewer is young enough that their father, who is a drinker, who's a very big fan of Halo Reach, just named them after the Halo Reach character.
Oh, you think? Okay.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to name my son something that upset the substitute teacher.
So bad, man.
But yeah, no, he or she or they or them said my girlfriend cheats on me with Degenerate Jay, but I forgive him because he's my favorite YouTuber. That's very nice.
That's very good.
As long as your girlfriend is over the age of 18 and attractive. I can't let my I don't know what you'd say, my reputation fall here.
It's a good thing that you're getting ahead of that, by the way. You got to be 18 for sure in order to make these jokes, is what you're saying.
Well,
so
yeah, because all these
very HR approved.
Dude, every other week it's like YouTuber solicits foot pics from local zoo animals. Zoo animal found to be underage. And it's like, what is going on here, bro? You couldn't even go for a penguin that was over 18. Come on, man.
Even with the 7 years per year, variable in there, that's really disappointing.
That's the defense I'm working on. See, I am a furry, and I was going based off of dog years, like myself. If I get that,
you can understand my confusion.
I might just have to forgive it. I might just have to be like, you know what?
I mean, he's not
my place.
Yeah.
What am I to know? Maybe that's a dragonkin. I don't know. What's happening?
Just trying to be understanding. That's all.
Commando, nice to see you. Noel, appreciated explaining the Arkham Reddit lore. Please eat as close to the mic as you can.
We're here to please.
By the way, the chat was... so I keep forgetting this. They changed the way that the chat works on here. They tried to incorporate this top comments crap into the chat so that I don't see everything. So I have to
It's not like that on my phone.
I know, I have to change it, the chat filter, every single time that we watch this. Or that we do a stream. How's everybody doing, though, today? How's everybody doing? Thade says that they wish Nightwing had more skins in this game. Honestly,
I agree.
Dude, every Arkham character is neglected for skins except Batman. Just in the whole series. Like, Harley Quinn gets 1. Jason gets 1. I'm talking an alternate skin.
Right,
in
right.
Arkham Knight. So they get the Jester and Red Hood. But other than that, they just get, oh, this is my Arkham Knight skin, and oh, this is my, Arkham Knight skin, I guess,
right,
for both of them. Just one's more literal. Yeah, that happens a lot. What's really bumming me out is the fact that the later games just straight up ignore skins that are in previous games. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, like, for example, the fact that there is no Arkham City Harley that you can play as in Arkham Knight.
I wish. I loved that outfit.
No Arkham Asylum Harley.
I suppose, yeah, they did it for Batman, but that's it, right?
Yeah, they just put his suits from those games. They even gave him a middle ground suit where they were like, this is after Arkham City, but before Arkham Knight. But for the other ones, they're like, nah. Let's give them their look from this one and then, like, a little bit of a classic look, and you're lucky you got that.
Yeah, you stupid poop.
It's a shame. You got him, Joe.
I did get him.
That was good.
That was a real dunk. Fat Man plays the Jerker. It's jerkin' time. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. Were you planning to talk about Suicide Squad at all in this stream?
I don't know, because are you not going to look at the chat?
No, I'm
okay.
not.
I didn't want to ruin it for you, because Jill and I know the whole story.
You do? Oh, that's right, you said that. Yeah.
I would prefer if people don't spoil the Suicide Squad game, because there's people who are still excited for it, unfortunately for them, who don't know the way the story goes.
Should I delete them if they spoil it?
Yeah, if
delete? Whoa!
Yeah, like we're sending Deadshot to your house, and it's gonna be the good one too, the black Deadshot who doesn't miss. He misses a lot in the game, by the way.
He does.
So if people are just straight up posting spoilers for the Suicide Squad, I think Jill will mute you for a while. Look here, I will tell you right now, I don't care. But it's just that other people in the chat are going to get mad because they're going to be like, I'm still playing that game.
Did you?
And some of them actually like it. So, like, I don't want to be disrespectful to those people.
Yeah. And did you... So, I know you spoiled it, Jill, on purpose for yourself.
Yeah.
Did you do that? Did you spoil it for yourself on purpose?
Yeah. Kind of, like, so people posted...
I did more so.
People posted the main complaint scene. By the way, the back of that haircut is just a hack job.
What do you mean, man? Those are nice layers there, is what that is.
Not even at all.
I was so upset about the premise of it that I was like, okay, I'm not going to sit through this game to find out what happens, because it just sounds like a pile of dog shit.
Whoa, yeah,
I'm read what happens, so I'm less disappointed about it.
I enjoy the gameplay, alright?
Yeah.
So let me say that right now. I actually enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy it more than a lot of reviewers. I've seen a lot of reviewers say it's really repetitive, it's not good, I don't like it. I disagree. I do think it gets repetitive later on, but I understand that complaint. I like the gameplay. I think it's fun. I like the cosmetics. I think they're fun. I think that there's a lot of stuff that bums me out. I will talk about the game without spoilers a little bit, but I've already said my piece on the game on this channel, and I don't really want to just like preach at people like I'm freaking Joel Osteen or something here, like with a gospel message, when it's like you've seen why I'm upset about the game. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It is very possible that the things I'm most upset about will be walked back. Right now there is a setup that is either the most detailed writing lore possible. Like, well, that's not how the Green Lantern ring works, or like that doesn't make sense with the Flash.
Yeah.
Or it's the worst writing possible and the least attention to detail. The fact that Sweet Baby Ink was involved personally makes me lean towards the latter, but even if it is the former, Jill says we got a super chat I'm going to read in a second. I still think the story was made to upset people who love the Justice League and get them to return for later seasons to see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like it was written by somebody who hated the Justice League.
But even if it wasn't, here's the thing. The way this game is written right now, it would be like if you needed to play Cold Cold Heart to get the true ending of Arkham Origins. And that's my problem with it. By the way, it's T playing, so any failures
No. This is Jill, I thought.
I thought. You don't even know where you are. Are you the president? Where am I? The biggest problem with the Revolutionary War is that Jesus didn't have an AK. Whoa! What did I say?
Read the super chat.
I'm going to read the super chat, I promise, and I really do appreciate the super chat. Just let me finish my thought, because people get mad I don't finish my thoughts.
Okay.
Let me just say this.
I think the only one who gets mad about that is you.
Okay,
This is
well,
a really
the voices
bad
in my
route.
head get mad. Let's say that they walk it all back. I personally still think that then was written as like a way to be like, look how upsetting this is. Like, whoa, look what we did. You're going to have to come back, see what happens. Like, did it really happen? And you're going to get a lot of people, and you can say, well, then that's their fault. They should have come back. If they're mad at the game, they're not coming back. So, like, the reason people come back to DLC is they love your game. They don't come back to DLC or additional content if they don't like your game.
Sure.
That's not how it works. Just like if you saw Star Wars A New Hope and you said, this is ass, I hate this, Star Wars is not for me, you wouldn't be like, oh boy, Empire. You'd just be like, yeah, I'm not seeing Empire. I don't care about Star Wars.
Well, and to your point, didn't they shut off Avengers server now? Isn't that done? Like the Marvel Avengers game?
They're just not updating it. They made it so that you can get everything now. Like, you can unlock it all just by playing.
Oh, that's nice.
But they're not supporting the game really anymore. They moved on because it was a disaster in terms of like money. Cost too much, didn't make enough money. Let me read this super chat now before Jill like stabs me. Also, are you gonna make food still?
Yeah, I'm gonna make food after you read the super chat.
This is from Riot saying, without getting into the controversy of the newest DC game release, are you still at all excited for the Wonder Woman game? Yes, still in development.
I forgot about that, to be honest.
Is that in the Arkham universe, or is it in
We don't know what it's in. James Gunn recently said they don't have plans to end the Arkham universe, but
But also, James Gunn doesn't make video games.
James Gunn, yeah, he's probably not in charge of that. So that's just his understanding. Yeah. Then he deleted it. Like, he said, like, he changed his wording, but it still basically said the same thing. Mm-hmm. So, by the way, there's a crowd control move as him that's really good where you throw the excrement sticks. I think it's like
the excrement stick.
Square X might be when you get a good combo, which might help you in if you have more.
Okay.
I want to say before I go make food that thank you so much to Riot for the super chat.
Yes, genuinely
thank you. You guys should talk about that. Riot, you are the best, and thank you that it's your 20th super chat you've ever done.
Whoa, hey, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's what that means. I thought it just meant Riot turned 20 years old. I was like, all right, 19-year-old army from PewDiePie's leveling up.
Yeah,
well,
right.
I'm going to go make food. I'll probably be back in a few minutes, but I wanted to say thank you because it was really nice.
Do you want to take your phone in case you see something in the chat you need to mute,
sure.
please? Thank you. So to answer more of that, I do have hopes for it because you have the Nemesis system. Remember that? From Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, they're adding that in?
Also, T can't talk a ton while he's doing this because it just becomes too hard.
And yeah, a terrible multitasker, but yeah.
That's okay. I really want you to do the Predator maps, though. I can do these better than you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you've noticed I'm avoiding them at all
Literally,
costs.
you're literally a fraud, I think.
A Fugazi.
So to answer this, by the way, thank you very much for the super chat. That helps us out a lot. The channels have been not doing the best the last couple months. It's just been like YouTube stuff is just difficult. So anything like that's very helpful. I appreciate it. But for predictions or wishes, I do hope that it can match the quality of like Arkham and also of Insomniac's games. Here's the thing, you don't rush it. I think it can, because I personally think the Shadow of games, now that they've removed all that microtransaction garbage from Shadow of War, I think that they're up there as just as good a games, genuinely. I mean, like, I would argue that Shadow of Mordor is better than some of those games. Like, it's just a tightly made, well-developed video game. I know it's
better
not,
as what games?
better than some titles in the superhero genre.
Oh, I blew that
like,
one.
I think it's more detailed. I think it is more tight, like, to the point. It's like the Arkham Asylum approach, whereas Shadow of War went a little more like Arkham Knight, like, 'cause now let's make the map huge, and you know what I mean?
Right.
Shadow of Mordor was just very tightly designed, and I thought done very well. I think that, though, the Nemesis system did improve. So, like, now if you take the improvements in the Nemesis system, from their last game, from Shadow of War. You keep going with that, and you do even more. I think it's absolutely possible that you can do amazing things with that game. Now, I don't want them to shy away from stuff. I don't want them to get like a company like Sweet Baby Inc. involved. Like, just write the story you want to write, and just...
I really appreciate how against them you are.
Well, dude, it's so dumb. Like, they'll do stuff like... They'll be like, hey, let's pair up the two black characters. This is my problem with Suicide Squad, by the way, without spoilers. Right? If you read the codex of Green Lantern, it's written by Deadshot, and he literally almost calls Deadshot... Or he borderline calls Green Lantern Uncle Tom. Just, like, straight up. Like, if the writer could have called him... I can say this, but I won't because I don't want this to be clipped and be in trouble. You know the little animal that Sly Cooper is? He looks like he wears a little mask, and like you see them like digging around in trash cans and stuff, and it's a term for black people who think other black people are traitors.
Sure.
So if the writer could have called Jon Stewart that without getting in trouble, you can tell they would have. Like, it was very clearly a self-insert, let's shit on the cops moment. And look, I have my opinions on cops. I'm not here to like start the, political podcast, but
Get all Hassan in here,
yeah, that's not what I'm here for. But my point is, like, I wouldn't write a beloved character and be like, look at this Uncle Tom ass person. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that. And they were very close to doing that. They very clearly paired up Floyd Lawton with him to show the social dynamic of like, well, here's a guy who's down on his luck, who's trying to take care of his daughter, and he went to crime. Versus, like, here's a guy who, went and joined the Justice League. He was a Marine, and he became a cop and all this stuff. And they're very clearly trying to show, like, their opinion on stuff, which is, you can have your opinion, but it's so heavy-handed. Even the fact that when you unlock a skin that's very similar to Harley Quinn's Arkham Knight outfit, she's wearing, like, a button-up shirt under it so it doesn't show her cleavage. Like, they went through and removed anything that could be... The game feels scrubbed. It feels like they went through and tried to find anything that could be bad. Like when you see a censored classic book, where, like, they'll bleep out all the words that are bad or change passages, like, so it's not bothersome to people.
Sure.
The game feels sanitized. Yet there are times where it makes no sense in that way, like, let's disrespect beloved characters that you love, and we'll have an out with the writing explanation that we can go back and say, no, that didn't really happen, or, well, here's the explanation of why we did that. My long-winded point is that I don't want them to do that with Wonder Woman. I want them to tell a succinct story. The reason the Rocksteady games work, even the stuff that doesn't always age the best...
So that's a bummer, huh?
...is they told the story they wanted to tell, and they weren't... You might just want to restart.
Yeah.
They weren't acting like they were being held to some kind of social standard when they did it. We got a super chat, a couple of them, from David. David, I think I remember you from Facebook a long time ago. Did we used to be buddies on Facebook? I'm sorry if I don't remember you. Sent a heart and also a super chat, which I very much appreciated. So thank you very much. Did not say anything other than the heart, but I appreciate it, and a heart back to you.
What else needs to be said?
Chad says, yo, the Jonkler in the new Suicide Squad game goes crazy. And also, I can't wait to play Thunderbolts, kill the Avengers, so I can see them shoot Insomniac Spider-Man in the face. That was the funniest thing I saw people say, like, what, you don't want Sinister Six kills Spider-Man in the game? Yeah, I don't know, man. Are you okay, Julie?
Did you read the super chats again?
I have been reading them. Cupcair says, welcome. Oh, wait. Cupcair joined the memberships.
Mon ami.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Chad?
I just read Chad.
Did you read David?
I did read David.
You did? Oh, good.
And I gave them all a digital hug.
What about Spectacular Spooter? He just sent one in.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it yet. And I'm not seeing enough
He
movement.
He didn't write anything. He just gave us money.
Well, thank you very much, Spooter. We appreciate it. Do you guys get what I'm saying, though? Like, I don't want a sanitized story. I don't want you to pander. I don't want... As somebody who has a lot of gay audience members, too, I don't want to round a corner...
I'm a gay audience member.
I don't want to round a corner in Themyscira and there's a pride flag. I just want you to tell the story that you want to tell. You don't need to, like, pander to me. You don't need to pander to any group. Just try and tell a respectful story of the characters. And you know what? If you want to explore some of that stuff in a thoughtfully written way, awesome. But, like, the preachiness of modern writing in Suicide Squad and in everything is starting to get to me a little bit. I'm a very accepting person. You do whatever you want. If you're not hurting me, you're not hurting other people, I couldn't care less what you do. You want to dress up in a fursuit on the weekends and go to town? sign me up. But here's the thing. Well, especially because some of those furry girls are a little hot.
Hey,
yeah. But here's the thing. I am totally fine with whatever characters they want to write. Even, you know what? Even I've seen comic book representations of Diana where they get into the fact that Themyscira is an island of all women. There's going to be some lesbians. Stuff like that. I don't care. That's great. You write that well? Cool. My problem with the Suicide Squad is that every time they've tried to make a point, whether it's censoring characters, calling John and Uncle Tom, basically, or any of this stuff, I feel like it's heavy-handed and in my face, and it doesn't feel like anything the previous Rocksteady team would have written. You know? It doesn't feel like getting Joker's last voicemail after he dies. There's nothing really emotional and impactful that's making me think, other than, okay, and just liking the gameplay. Jill wants to talk.
I think they mostly did a decent job of that in Spider-Man 2. You know, aside from the horrible side mission that's like really boring and dumb, where you just help that gay couple with Homecoming that did not need to be a Spider-Man mission.
I don't think that shouldn't have been a mission, whether it was a straight couple or gay couple, anybody. It was just a boring
literally
mission.
Anyone,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Anyone who wasn't Spider-Man could have done that mission.
Yeah, did you think that was boring?
I thought it was very boring. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I know that was actually a lot more divisive than I thought, and I'm not on social media as much, so I'm maybe not as plugged in, but I had a good time with that game.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as sound as the first game and just as clean
really
of a
liked
story.
it.
But I still had a great time.
I didn't like it at first, but then it really grew on me. And you know, what I was going to say with that is, I liked the way that they did it with that girl from Feast, where it's like she wasn't shoving her girlfriend in his face, but she just kind of casually mentioned that.
She has a girlfriend, and I was just like, oh, that's sweet, because they're nice people. And you know what, here's the thing, I walk a fine line, because I know that if I go too far on this topic, it becomes very culture war-y. I don't like that stuff. Like, I don't want to attract an audience that's like, I hate gay people. Or like, yeah, Floyd Lawton shouldn't be black because I hate black people. That's not my point. I don't really like people like that. Like, that's not ever the point. You know what I mean?
Sure.
My point is just write your story well. Like, Deadshot's black in the Suicide Squad movie, and I thought I had a fun time with Will Smith. Like, I thought it was fun. Like, it didn't
Y'all
matter.
jokers must be crazy, man.
What are we, some sort of Suicide Squad? Whoa, look at Arlie's ass crack. Dude, do you get what I'm saying, Jill?
Like, I do get what you're saying.
Some of our favorite stories, by the way, my favorite romantic pairing probably in anime is... oh, by the way, thank you very much for the super chat from Cupcare. Take all my Brazilian money. You know, the only things I know about Brazil are the women are beautiful, and they got that Brazilian wax thing that they always talk about.
They
now.
do. I think they have butt lifts as well.
And
yeah.
And
I want one of those.
don't they have a huge statue of Jesus T-posing?
I think
or is
they
that
do.
somewhere else?
I think they do, yeah.
I want you guys to just understand what I'm saying. I will read the super chat in just a minute, Jill. I want to be clear here. My probably favorite romantic pairing in anime and manga is something like... it's literally two girls. It's like Ami and Mako in the original Sailor Moon.
My favorite is Rei and Minako.
And I like Rei and Minako too in the new Sailor Moon. Like we really like Sailor Moon. There's a lot of gay stuff in Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
But-
Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune are a canon couple.
They're just straight up gay. But they're written very well. And that's my point is like I think when this stuff comes up, it becomes way too much like, hey, see, this guy hates the gays. Or like, say, yeah, you're right. Like we don't need this in writing. It's like, no, I don't care about that stuff as much as some people do. What I care about is good writing. Like The Color Purple is an excellently written book. I had to study it when I was at the university. It's about a woman who is in a pretty abusive relationship and ends up like basically getting a girlfriend and then fixing her relationship with her husband that she was forced into marrying later on. There's exploration of a lot of like stuff like kind of domestic abuse, homosexuality, all this stuff. Like I have a background in literature. You want to write something religious, political, based on anything, just do it well. That's all I ever ask. And my concern with Wonder Woman is just with how heavy-handed our society has become both ways now, where it's like, everybody's overreaching. Like, everybody. I don't want overreaching. I just want good stories. I want Star Trek The Next Generation, not Star Trek Discovery.
I have a couple things I want to say. It's my turn.
Do you want to read the super chat?
Well, first I want to say, somebody said Jesus in Fortnite would be kind of crazy, not gonna lie. First of all, I have been asking for years for them to put Jesus in Fortnite. I want to play as Jesus
That is
so
hilarious.
badly. So badly. Second of all, I got a stupid ad. Second of all, Mr. Username gave us $5 and said, "Take my money and tell me your favorite character to play as in Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League."
What's yours, Steve? By the way, I don't want to be preachy here. Does what I said make sense before I move on?
It does make sense.
I don't want to sound like the guy who's like, I hate politics, or like anybody different than me is stupid. That's never my point.
Well, I thought that's what you were saying, but yeah, no, I think I'm on the same page now.
I don't say it. I just think it. And I spend all my money persecuting in like groups. I basically team up with J.K. Rowling on the weekends.
That's really cool, dude.
My favorite is Harley, just because I think she's hot.
Harley's fun.
But
T hates her traversal.
I hate her traversal.
My second favorite would be King Shark.
He's so cute.
I think he's adorable.
So
I love him.
He's and Samoa Joe, by the way, is
is he Samoan?
I think so. Yeah.
Wait, actually,
that'd be funny if he wasn't.
Because if he's not, that's cultural
No,
appropriation.
right. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you're here to call that out.
I think his real name is like Nanue, which I think sounds kind of Samoan-y. I don't know.
Yes.
It sounds like a non-U.S. name.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Samoa Joe was actually a wrestler who's in the WWE, and he's like actually I don't know where he's wrestling now.
Did he beat up The Rock for the title of Samoanness?
I think they did have that match. Yeah, and I think it did very well. But yeah, he's awesome. The voice acting's really good.
For the title of who's most Samoan?
Yeah. You didn't get that?
No, I did. I was just thinking. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just write your stuff well, and whatever you want to explore, that's fine. People don't have to agree with it, by the way.
Wait,
like, you
Bobby, who's your favorite to play as?
My favorite would be probably Harley for combat. I think she's really fun.
And you also really like Deadshot.
For traversal, Deadshot's so fun with the jetpack. Like, that jetpack's cool.
The jetpack is fun. Yeah.
But yeah, just write your stories well, and I'll probably like it. Even if I disagree with something you say. I disagree a lot with some of the politics of Alan Moore, but Watchmen is one of my favorite books ever written. I don't have to agree with him to think it's good writing.
Yeah, which is fair.
Aiden Jensen said, first of all, he gave us $20 in Europe coins.
Uh-oh. E-coins, E-bucks.
He said, "Hey guys, do you agree after this terrible Suicide Squad game that maybe Arkham..."
Make your opinions fair. Fair game there, Aiden.
I love it.
That maybe Arkham Origins got way too much hate. Compare how badly treated that game was, and now we have a game that completely ruined the Arkhamverse.
Aiden's just not holding back.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of agree with him.
Jill, you literally just blew out the mic to the point where it was red.
Sorry.
Settle down.
First of all, Arkham Origins is your favorite game.
It's possibly my favorite story because
like in the Arkhamverse.
I love the obsession angle between Batman and Joker and how it's set up. I love it so much.
Like that is great.
Catching him and like the how did he do this, and then Harley thinking like, oh, he's talking about me, but he's really talking about Batman. It's kind of like a twisted one-way love story where he becomes just obsessed with him. Not in a sexual way, but just in like a I need you way. Like he gave him purpose. Before that, he was just like the agent of chaos. It's very similar to The Dark Knight. He goes from agent of chaos who just wants to cause trouble to, whoa, what's up with this guy? This guy's a nut job. Like, he makes me look sane. He dresses up like a bat, you know?
Right.
And I think that dynamic is so awesome. Even it has some of the better boss fights in the series. I mean,
I would say the best boss fights in the series.
Deadshot boss fight was amazing. The
Electrocutioner was great.
Electrocutioner's number one in the whole series. The only boss fight I can think of that matches up to those two in the entire rest of the series for me was Raish in City.
Raish was and I would say Mr. Freeze in City too.
And Mr. Freeze.
Very, very good.
Yeah, so I love that game. I think it gets way too much hate.
The Glove Official wants to know if you read any current comic book runs, and I thought this was a great opportunity for you to talk about your favorite comic book run.
Ooh, I just read Amazing Spider-Man 1. I made a little review about that. I love that. I've been keeping up with the Chip Zdarsky Batman, but I'm slightly behind. I'd like to read a little more of it. The storyline with Red Mask was really cool. I fell off a little bit after that just because of time. And let me think here. A lot of stuff I've been going back and reading is old, though. Like, it's not the newest stuff
It doesn't have to be the newest stuff. Just tell us what your favorites are.
He's talking about current comic runs.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. He's not the arbiter of what you can talk about.
Well, I suppose that's fair. I recently, a little while ago, controversial opinion, I read through the Watchmen stuff again, and I read Doomsday Clock after reading the build-up to it, and I loved it. A lot of people do not like Doomsday Clock.
Really? I thought that was very popular. Okay.
I thought it was great, but I'm also somebody who enjoyed before Watchmen, so I'm not like a person who thinks the Watchmen shouldn't be made more stories of.
Sure.
This is a manga and not a comic book, but I've been reading Tokyo Mew Mew recently, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. I really want to watch the anime of it. I think it's adorable. It's very much Sailor Moon-y, like another magical girl type thing, but I think it's really fun. And I like that the main character is a cat. But I don't get that she has strawberry powers, even though she's a cat. I just don't get that, but...
It seems like they were kind of BSing their way through that story. By the way, do you know when the food will be done?
Yeah, I have a timer. It's going to be done in 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes of playtime. Yeah,
You're going nowhere.
You're going nowhere. There is some stuff that I'm wanting to get into a little more. I really wanted to read some more of the Harley Quinn stuff. Like, I read the first couple issues of Poison Ivy from the newer run. I thought it was really fun. I really liked it. I don't know what the consensus is on it. To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the consensus on comic books because I feel like people hate everything. It's just kind of not fun to pay attention to.
Sometimes it's just easier and more fun to do it, like, to read things and play things as
What's
if you're in
Bro
a
doing
black
down
hole.
there?
You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't look at all of that stuff, you just go into it without knowing, and then you make your own opinion on it.
Yeah, and then you can see what people think if you want.
Yeah,
I agree.
I kind of prefer that. The only reason I didn't do that with Suicide Squad is because it was just all over everything, and I kind of just didn't really have an interest in it in the first place. So I just thought, why don't I just look up the Wikipedia page?
But speaking of, by the way, if you want to read a good Suicide Squad run, Suicide Squad Rebirth. I don't know anything past the first 10 issues, but the first handful of them, probably 6 or 7, were penciled by Jim Lee, who does amazing art. Like, he did the internal art, not just the covers. Because a lot of times he just does covers now. Very good. It's from a handful of years back. Very fun storyline with a fun lineup of characters. That was a fun Suicide Squad story. Again, I didn't read all of them, but
Sure.
Do you think that when Jim Lee has to go to the bathroom, he says he's going to take a Jim pee?
I highly doubt he narrates his life like that. But if he did, I
I
think he
hope
would.
he does, yeah.
I think he would. Yeah, I don't know. So there's stuff I'm keeping up with. I have to get back more into it. The problem with comic books is affording them.
They are getting, especially the variant covers now are like $8 a pop now, which is...
Some of them get really expensive.
tough.
Especially
yeah.
if you miss them, dude. I was talking to Shine Comics, a friend of mine, and he was talking about how at his local comic book store, they were scalping the Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1s themselves.
That's ridiculous.
Like, so they had extras that hadn't sold, and they just put them up on the wall and said, see, now these are going for $50 on eBay instead of selling them for the MSRP.
Yeah,
that's
and they
on
wanted
it.
the $50.
So they just took them off the rack and put them up on the shelf and called
Isn't
them
that
used.
ridiculous?
The scalping thing is becoming crazy. I
It's
mean,
too
obviously for
much.
comics, but even like Stanley's, I was reading, like the big cups that apparently have lead on the bottom of them, by the way, is what I heard. But they people will just, like at Starbucks or whatever, they'll just hold those cups and then they'll buy them for themselves and they'll sell them for $300 on eBay.
Wow.
So like it's a crazy old market. But that's what we've been talking about with steelbooks forever. Like that scalping is a real problem.
Somebody asked if T is going to be in the Let's Play for Suicide Squad, and I wanted to mention to everyone that T hates Let's Plays and is not going to be on that channel for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was definitely my choice.
But-
is what it was. Yeah,
But here's the thing, Sheriff Walters says, Bonesaw is ready.
that does change things. That's good.
Now,
we-
T, why don't you like being on the Let's Play channel?
I do like being on the Let's Play
That's
channel.
not
I
what
have a
it
good
was-
time, you know?
T never said he didn't like being on the Let's Play channel. It's just a problem of organizing the amount of time it takes to play through a game.
That makes sense.
Right.
It's
That's-
because he doesn't like hanging out with us ever.
That's it.
That's true.
No,
yeah,
when we hang out, we usually go to comic book stores. Or we go to, like, department stores and stuff and look
Yeah,
around.
Nate doesn't
Right,
like going
right.
to comic book stores, so we have to do that with somebody else.
Sure, that's what I'm
is
here for.
Nate is an odd superhero fan because he loves the movies, he loves the games, but he does not read comic books very often.
Interesting.
He's read some, but he's not a huge fan of the format. I don't know why. Yet he'll read these long-ass chapter books about, like, Nixon's penis length. And it'll be like, bro, like, what are we doing here?
He's literally collected a novel of, like, every single one of the presidents, like, after they died, to
That we're
dictate
gonna
their
see.
entire beginning to end of their life. And he was like, I hope at some point when Trump dies, they make a book about him so I can add it to my collection.
Yeah, and I said, why does it matter? Why don't you just get one now? He's like, it's not the same when they're alive.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not accurate. He's like, it's not accurate. Yeah, it's really funny. I don't know.
He's a fascinating guy.
He's a fascinating creature.
yeah.
By the way, Emperor Veggie says PS5 scalping flashbacks. That was so bad. For
That
a
was
while.
crazy. Didn't it just become like you could get a PS5 recently, like within the past 6 to 8 months, roughly around there?
Yeah, I think it's probably the last year. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
somewhere in what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I would argue for the first at least 2 years of the PS5 being out, it was just stupid. Like, it was like you're not getting one for under $650
Which is
instead
crazy.
of $500.
Hey,
to
now
give
you're
you.
stupid. You're stupid.
Wait a minute, hey.
That is mean.
You're right. I'm sorry. I found one at launch, like randomly.
That was I spent a month. I had a foot surgery and was out on my couch and then for that month that I was down, I was strictly on. I made a Twitter. I did everything. I was followed only PS5 accounts and was tracking this.
Why are we screaming?
And the and the only reason I got one was because in a Twitter comment section, they had put in a link where once this drop happened at 3 p.m., if you click on this link, then it would take you to add the PS5 to your cart immediately.
Sounds
It would
sketchy.
skip everything, and then you would then be able to check out. It was a gamble for sure, but for some reason it worked, and so I was able to get in, got it in my cart, and then I was out of there. It took a month though of nonstop trying to get one.
When COVID first happened, I wanted to buy a Nintendo Switch, but I could only afford a Lite, and I really wanted the pink one. And every single place that I went to in Maine, I literally went to a ton of Targets in southern Maine, and Walmarts, and the only color I could find was gray, so I had to get a gray Switch Lite.
And then luckily when I got married, my special husband bought me an Animal Crossing full-on Switch.
That's true.
Those are cool too. Yeah, I like
and-
those Animal Crossing ones.
And then you know what else my husband got me one year for my birthday?
Go on.
An Xbox Series X.
Come on.
So we could play games together.
That's incredible.
But no
He's the best.
PS5.
No, I don't have a PS5.
That's where you draw
only
the
have
line,
one
huh?
of those, so that's okay.
Suck it. That's mine. That's a status symbol.
Sorry about it.
Hope you feel bad about yourself. Cupcare, yeah, we do. We all have a PS5. Temple says,
I don't.
the men in the room do. If you were chosen by a Lantern Corps, which ring do you think you all would get? In short, which emotion is the strongest in y'all?
I'd be the Pink Lantern.
You'd be the love one,
Yeah.
like Star Sapphire type
Yeah.
thing. Dude, I don't know. I
What's yellow again?
fear.
You'd be the Black Lantern, Bubby.
No, that's wow. All right.
That's very cool.
I think that I would probably be red.
What's red?
Anger.
What was Black again?
You do have some rage in you. Yeah, maybe that does check out. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the black one?
That's just from Blackest Night. I mean, it was the one used to resurrect everybody. Remember, it's like the zombie type thing.
Oh.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's not really like the
I
black.
thought they were like evil or something. I don't know.
Kind of. I mean, it's not exactly one that just runs around all the time, like that you see all the time. The coolest one to have would be white, because that would mean that you just.
Hey, hold on a second, man.
Hold on a
Hey,
minute.
dude.
That would mean that you mastered every single emotion.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, isn't it weird how the White Lantern ring is the best? I didn't write it. I don't know. It's weird.
There's definitely some confusion.
I think you would be brown.
What's brown?
It's the
Shit.
It's the emotion of when you take a poop.
I've been told that. My dad said that actually before too.
Wait, so what emotion is green? Is it just happy?
Will, like willpower.
Oh, is
like
that why
having
they're the
strength,
cops?
strength of will. I don't.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
Are the Red Lanterns evil because they're angry all the time?
They're not really evil. They still want order. They don't really get along with the others though. Like a lot
They're
of
just
these-
mad about it.
A
you
lot
know?
of Lantern Corps do not get along. Like I would say, green and blue get along,
What
but
about pink?
a lot of time pink's kind of its own thing. Blue is more hope, so it kind of fits with green.
Hey.
I think you'd be blue.
You do?
Yeah, I think you'd be blue.
Oh, thanks.
We'd be blue and pink, and we'd hang out together, and we would
Why
make,
is this becoming an OC fanfic?
we would make a lilac.
This did get wild pretty
You know,
quick here.
because like blue and red make purple, but like blue and pink make like a lilac color.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't know that actually.
You know,
Do
I
they?
should have done the
I think
line
so.
launcher first.
Special Man asked what my favorite game is.
Favorite game ever?
Probably Fallout New Vegas.
That's number one?
Probably. Yeah.
Wow.
It's certainly up there.
Wow.
Certainly up there.
Really not good enough, Kratos.
That's incredible. Why?
I think it has some of the best writing ever in a video game.
So story-wise is the big...
Story-wise is fantastic. The role-playing stuff is awesome. The ability to like level up your character and earn all these different abilities. The way the skill system works.
I
What,
also
Jill?
love that game. Sorry, I
Okay.
was just yawning.
Oh, I thought you were going. Yeah, yeah. Like when you want to talk. What's your favorite game, Jill?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite game. I love
Rape
everything. Yeah, definitely. I can name off a bunch of games that I really enjoy.
JFK Simulator?
That's a great game. Oh, it works.
Definitely JFK
Yes! Okay, it
Simulator,
works.
yes. I don't know, I really like a lot of like those cozy kind of games.
Animal Cross.
Yeah, like I like Animal Crossings a lot, like all of the different ones. I really like My Time at Portia. Let's see, I really like a lot of the Dark Souls games.
Bro
a
got
lot.
asked one game and we've got 32. By the way, Dark Souls is also one of my favorite games. Dark Souls and Bloodborne, the first, Dark Souls.
I love the Fallout franchise. Gosh, I don't really know what like my favorite game of all time would be.
Probably a hentai game like Hoonie Pop or...
Yeah, definitely.
Hoonie Pop is the name of a hentai game?
Oh, my food's ready. I gotta go do that.
Our food is ready!
I will think about what my favorite game possibly will be, and I'll get back to you.
That's 3 minutes of munch time. Yeah. That's what they called it when Tony Hawk's son was conceived.
Munch time?
Yeah, 3 minutes of munch time. Do you have a favorite game ever? I mean, is yours really just Arkham City or something, you think?
To be honest, I have a hard time. I
Am Jesus Christ, that game that got announced for Steam.
Is that actually a game?
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite game, yeah. So the Arkham games are certainly the ones that I think I put the most time into. Well, I take that back. I've actually put a shocking amount of time into Rocket League. I think I'm over 600
I'm
hours
surprised
in
it's
that
not
game.
Hogwarts Legacy, dude, with how
I love that game.
transphobic you are.
I know.
Oh, I mean,
I'm a
excited
big-
for the game.
Yeah, I'm a big
Sorry.
transphobe, so no, that did help a lot.
Yeah, and by that you mean you're fat.
Right.
And a transphobe. Not that your amount of transphobia is bigger than
Certainly
anyone
not a
else's.
trans fat phobe, I'll tell you that.
It's certainly not a calorie phobe.
A real hungry guy.
So Rocket League is up there?
No. I would say just thinking about like games I put the most time into.
What's
that
your
I've enjoyed
favorite
the
game?
most.
NBA 2K24 and Rocket League. Okay.
All right, man, that's great.
You want
man.
to transfer to Jill's old
That's
school?
real- Yeah, I would say, I mean, the Batman games are definitely up there. I think if I really had to choose one, I would say Arkham City is probably my favorite game of all time. I would say though that Arkham Knight, on my most recent playthrough, I've been really taking my time and
Set a
going
timer
through.
for 5 minutes.
Wow.
5 minutes, counting down.
Nice.
Little Siri cameo.
I've been really taking my time with the Arkham Knight playthrough and like
Yeah.
trying to go, like even in between things, I'll go back to Panessa Studios and try to see Robin and get some new dialogue from him. Get as much Joker dialogue and things that I can, because I think I saw a YouTube video. There's 32 secret Joker dialogues that show up throughout the game. So I've been trying to really explore and see as much as I can. And I'm having like a real newfound appreciation for the game and the details they put in. Not by any means saying it's perfect or that it's even my favorite, but it's really impressive.
Are you
the
a
detail.
politician? What's your favorite game? Let's
Arkham
get to
City.
the point.
Arkham City. I'll say Arkham
Is it
City.
actually Arkham City?
I think it is. Yeah,
Oh, you'd
I would
think
say
you'd be
so.
better at these challenges.
You would think so, dude.
I decided what my favorite game is, but it's actually games.
Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's
so
cheating.
it's a series of games in a franchise. Can anyone guess what it
For the
is?
best.
Rayplay and its canceled spin-off games.
Not a joke. Guess what it
Oh,
is for
sorry.
real.
Okay, sorry. It wasn't.
What
a
is
joke.
replay again?
It's a very, very bad game made in Japan where you grope women on a train. And it was basically a banned game, dude. It was like not good. Really fucked up. Really fucked
What,
up.
dude?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I've never played it. I've just
Sure.
heard. I just heard.
Just saw the trailer, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Really
What
messed
does the
up.
trailer look
Can you
like?
guys
And then
guess?
it doesn't
Tomb
matter
Raider.
here.
No.
It's not Womb Raider. I mean, Tomb Raider.
That's up there. Though.
Tomb
That's up there.
Raider.
The Barbie games.
No.
And for me, thankfully
do
you
we
still
own
have
it?
me to guide
Yes, we own a bunch of them.
Without my
Call of Duty.
would already
No.
have lost.
Metal Gear Solid.
No. We own. There's more than 3 in the series, if that helps.
This guessing game is becoming not fun for me. You want to just tell me what it is?
The Nancy Drew games.
That's your favorite series?
That's my favorite series of all time. I've decided.
Well, I'm
Why?
happy for you.
Because I love solving mysteries.
That makes
I
sense.
absolutely love it. I love the point and click. I love solving the mysteries. I love all of the puzzles and like the solving of them, and that it really makes you think. I don't know. I love the stories of them. I just think that they're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love those games. And then my second runner-up for favorite game franchise of all time is the Tomb Raider franchise. And then the third is The Sims. Why The Sims? I have loved The Sims since I was like 11 years old.
Oh no.
I've been playing those games. I have over, like, I'm not kidding, I have over 5,000 hours logged into The Sims 3.
You said 5,000?
5,000 hours logged into The Sims 3.
Here, Special Man, settle down on the caps. I answered at least one of your questions. I can only answer so much out of everybody, and then Jill here's got like a lot to say.
And I love The Sims 4, but I won't be buying The Sims 5 because I feel like it's just going to be like monetization city where they're just gonna be like, ooh, you have to buy this thing and this thing. But the reason I like The Sims 4 a lot is because they actually gave out a bunch of stuff for free, and I like that I can download a ton of custom content for it. And at this point with the packs, I have enough that I'm really happy with the game, and when they're cheaper I can buy some more. But I probably won't be buying The Sims 5. I think I'll just be happy with 4 and 3 and 2.
Somebody asked a question, by the way. I missed where it was, but they asked if it was worth playing through the Assassin's Creed games in release order. It was Mr. Blubs.
In release order? I guess I'm not as familiar with it. Is there, obviously there's chronological, what would be the difference between chronological and...
Well, if you did chronological, you'd be starting with one of the most recent ones. You'd be starting with
Origins?
Valhalla.
Oh, really? Valhalla's
And then
before Origins?
I think it's Valhalla and then Odyssey, or is it Odyssey and then Valhalla? I don't always remember the way the time breakdown goes. But yeah, you'd be playing them totally out of release order. I think they're worth it. They get a lot of hate. They've changed their formula a lot of times. I like some parts of each formula better than the others. So obviously up to you. That's a big time sink. That's a lot of games. There's a lot of hidden gems in there that people don't talk enough about. Like, I think AC Revelations is probably one of my favorites. Doesn't get mentioned that much. The Assassin's Creed Chronicles China is really fun, but it's a side-scroller, so people don't really talk about it because that made no sense.
Shoot.
But I'm glad that worked.
Not the way I
Who
wanted
was
to.
Cody?
Secret Agent Cody Banks?
Oh.
I don't know. Do you know who that is?
What a ridiculous question that is.
You know who that is, right?
Of course I do.
People keep saying hashtag we want Cody in the comments. I don't know what they're talking about.
I have no idea. Maybe it's like stands for something like
Target is vanished.
cock OnlyFans, disorder of what's something that starts to fly? I can't think of it.
Yeah.
It starts to
Did you
fly.
say cock over disorder?
No, OnlyFans. Like maybe they want me to start an OnlyFans.
Well, yeah, I think that movement is coming along pretty strong, and I think it's about time you give in. If you had an OnlyFans, where do you start? How do you start an OnlyFans? Do you just start dropping? Are you teasing things, or are you dropping?
Oh, they're talking about Cody Rhodes, the wrestler. They want him to have his match instead of
Dude,
Rock.
he needs that. Did you see what happened with that?
I did. I don't like it either. But here's the thing. Everybody keeps being like, oh, I hate The Rock. This is so dumb. And it's like, I get what you're saying, but this is not the first time WWE pulls this stunt when they get in trouble. Like, you know why they're doing this? Vince McMahon. The sexual misconduct stuff made the whole brand look bad. They even dragged Cody in an interview. Did you see that? They dragged him. They, like, the press, like, put him on the spot. Like, hey, what's your opinion? Why didn't you notice that this was going on type shit? Like, they were trying to trap him. And he had to, like, kind of, not weasel his way out of it, but he was talking about how, like, well, you know, like, I think the brand now is much more based on, like, family. Like, the wrestlers like each other. We don't even trash talk in the locker rooms. We're friends. And it was a very masterfully well done response. But the problem is that this is not the first time the WWE has done this. Anytime they get in trouble, they pull a gimmick out of their ass to be like, whoa, look over here, like a smoke screen.
Dude.
It's annoying. It's boring. It's
Well, and I think part of it too is, did you see that The Rock just signed and is, I think, like on the board of the WWE too?
yes.
So that's part of it too. Gosh,
Yeah, no, I get why people are mad. Like, I totally get it. I'm just saying, like, it's not a dismissal of him. It's more just like, is anyone surprised? I don't know why anyone's surprised. Like, they do this all the time. Or someone will win a title, and then they'll be like, let's just take that away in 2 minutes.
dude. Well, the problem is Cody has so much heat. He just won the Royal Rumble. Like, they were clearly building up to this. And then, well, CM Punk, obviously, I think he tore his triceps.
Which
so that's
I'm
part of it,
shocked
too.
he's even back with how much he complained about hating the WWE.
Yeah, Triple H, they had some great bits.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, they're not done yet, so I'm putting them in for 5 more minutes again, but I don't know why they take so freaking long.
I don't know. The oven is not the best.
The pizza has been done for 5 minutes, though.
Well, we can throw the pizza back in for a minute if we want to, and then...
Okay, well,
Cut it.
I don't think it's cold yet.
Well, when you're done with what you're doing up there, I will go cut the pizza. I just don't want to leave tea on his own
What if I
down.
We got
show
it.
you my penis?
Okay, Joe, get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Cupcaker thinks we should play Mass Effect at some point, by the way.
I've never played those games ever. Didn't they release like a new edition of it recently, or am I thinking of a different game?
Hey, shut up.
Sorry
Spooter
about
asked
that.
if we're going to make videos about wrestling. I don't know enough, man.
I love it, man. I grew up
enjoy
with
it.
it.
I don't
It's-
care about wrestling.
I love wrestling. It's
I think
so
it's fun, but
I like basketball more.
I think it's fun, but it's
Sure.
so gimmicky where, like, anytime I get involved in a wrestler or a storyline, their stuff gets thrown out later that it's like comic books. It's like, it's just hard to pick it up and care. Like, last time I was really invested in a storyline was years ago, and it was with Dean Ambrose becoming champion.
Sure,
for a
sure.
while. And I thought
He's
it
over
was
at AEW
so
right
fun.
now.
Yeah, and a lot of my favorites left the roster of WWE.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. And now, everything around Vince, like, I just feel like they're going to throw some smoke at the wall for a while to try and get attention. Did you put cheese on the fries?
Not yet.
Oh, you have to put it on there while they're cooking.
No, you don't want the cheese to burn. I have to wait till they're done and they're crispy, and then I put the cheese on and warm up the cheese until it's completely melted.
That makes sense.
So that way it doesn't burn.
T, would you ask me before? Like, before I talked about wrestling?
I don't remember.
Someone wants to know how our kitties are. I would like to talk about our kitties. So, Cosmo has been a little bit grumpus McDumpus-y lately. I don't understand why. And also, he's been a little lazy. He usually loves chasing after his laser, but lately he's just been laying on the floor and tapping at it like a lazy fat boy. And today he scratched Jay's mom a little bit because he was being a grump. But Luna has been very nice. She has been very needy. She keeps meowing at everyone about how much she needs attention and love. And it's very sweet. And she's kind of tubby too. She's got a beautiful belly.
I have two things to add here.
Very healthy.
I have no idea at all. 73 said that they played Spider-Man PS4 exclusively for almost 2 years straight. They find it more fun than 2, but then that adds on to a question that Special Man asked about how much we're liking Spider-Man 2. I think other games that have come out have put Spider-Man 2 in perspective for me.
Me too.
Really? Okay.
Me too. It made Spider-Man 2
Look better, you would
really,
say?
really enjoyable for me.
My biggest problems with Spider-Man 2 is cut content.
Yeah.
Like, they cut whole storylines, they chopped up parts of the Black Suit storyline.
and some of the glitches.
It's got some glitches. They've mostly been fixed more than anything. I think it really could use a director's cut, but it'll never get one because the whole reason it got rushed out was Sony. Like, Brian Intihar talked about how they wanted to do more, and they were told by Sony, like, hey, you have to get this game out. That's what happened. Like, it cost like $300 million of development. I guess part of it's because they don't underpay their staff, which great, but then unfortunately, I don't know if Sony cares about the moral ramifications of that. They just care about the money it cost. And
I'm guessing probably not. Yeah.
I loved the game though, and I really hope that they do a Spider-Man 3, and they added more mechanics, they added more gadgets, and they don't rush the story, because I think that could be a really, really amazing franchise up there with the Arkham series, you know?
Yep, and Wolverine, I'm excited for. Supposedly that's going to be a little more linear, like a little more like Uncharted-y. Like, not like, now you're in New York and you climb all the buildings as Wolverine and go here. It's more like levels.
Okay.
Just from what I was reading. Or like sections of world design for Wolverine.
Special Man wants to know if you love me or him more.
Nate.
Okay.
Next.
Anyway.
An easy answer, thank you.
I don't know what the deal is with Special Man, but he's certainly living up to his name of Special, because he keeps doing the same comment over and over again until we read it.
First off, I like Special Man. He comments on a lot of stuff, but I think
He's a nice guy.
I
I'm
think
just
you
saying.
can tone down the amount of caps lock and here. It's okay. It's all right. Let's see. Gibby McFlurry says Suicide Squad makes everything look 10 times better by comparison. It's the story, man. It's the story beats of Suicide Squad that are making me sad, that are making me honestly appreciate Spider-Man 2 a little more than I did. Like,
What do you think about the world itself, by the way? Because I think obviously the graphics are really, really good, I think, in that game. I think they're great. But one of the issues that I'm running into as far as like the buildings and things to explore,
which one are you talking about, Spider-Man or
Suicide Squad, is that for me, this won't have a spoiler in it. I've just really found that the Batman experience is the only, and I guess the Hall of Justice to some extent, are the two buildings that have been like, there's something going on here. You know, like there's the Daily Planet's okay, like there's some things that are fine, but like when you compare it to previous games or even looking at things like like even what Spider-Man did with its world, or just even going back
Which
to the Arkham
Spider-Man
games.
has its own problems too.
Right.
With that.
It's not perfect.
I think
Yeah.
they could do a little more. I think that the world design of the Arkham Knight and City especially, and I guess and Asylum too. Like when you go in a building, it feels like there's something that separates that building from other buildings.
Yes.
I don't get that in a lot of games. I haven't really gotten that much in Suicide Squad. I actually don't get that very much in Spider-Man. There's not very much that like makes a building feel unique. In any of the Spider-Man games, by the way. And that's not really like that doesn't mean they're bad.
Like the city's great.
Yeah, the
building's-
outside you run into stuff that's unique. But
Yes.
when you go in a city in a building, it's just like I'm here. I go through some vents, I take some guys out, I fix some electrical boxes, and I move on. Some of the biggest ones that felt unique was like Norman Osborn's penthouse in the first game.
Yeah, that was very cool.
The Roxxon headquarters underground. for
Sure,
example. Or like
yeah.
not underground, but like when you go in there and I think you can go down to the basement type area with Prowler and stuff. Some of those things are very unique. But I've noticed a lot of video games, a building is just a building. And something I thought was always cool about this series, right here in front of us, is you go in the steel mill and there's hidden stuff that makes the steel mill interesting. You go in...
For example,
Anywhere.
right under here is Harley's degree.
Yeah.
Right in here is her degree from Gotham University, saying she grad. Like that's awesome. Like it's just a small thing like that that's everywhere in these games. And Suicide Squad, I'm not seeing that as much. They did an awesome job with the Batman experience. I thought that was really cool. But aside from that, like I don't know.
I agree with you. I think that world building is something that needs more time. There is too much focus on making games big. Would you agree with that? Like the scope
Sure,
of making the worlds big. When you do that, there's going to be a lot of areas that lack intentionality. Unless you want to spend $2 billion on your game and take 10 years. It's just how it's going to be.
Like Rockstar, I suppose.
Yeah, like you can't make every nook and cranny matter. And you can't even in a game like this, but like there's always something around the corner, like that does matter in a game like this. And I would love if more games would try to find that balance instead of basically being like, let's see how big we can make the world. And this is also a problem with the traversal in games like Spider-Man. You can't have an Arkham City size Spider-Man game. You know why? Because you get from point A to point B in like 10 seconds.
That was the chance. Oh shoot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would be too fast. So I understand why it happens, but I do think it's unfortunate that it happens. I think they all have to be on the same level of ground.
That sucks. What a hard time with that one.
A couple things, by the way. Marketing Thomas says, "Hey Jay, are you excited for Rebirth this month? Which Rebirth? Am I stupid? Oh, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am. I was thinking about the comics for a second. I really am. Jill and I want to let's play the Final Fantasy games at some point. I don't know if anyone will watch them, but we want to do it because that's one of my favorite series. And I'll probably make some stuff over on JayRPG for that. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys are interested or whatever, I actually have another channel that I started, which is JayRPG, where I do a lot more content like that, like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, all that stuff. I'm going to post it in the... Am I on my right account here? Yes, I am. I'm going to post it in the chat, so if you enjoy it and you want to subscribe, I do appreciate it because I have been working very hard over there. I also do use... I also do have Degenerate Plays, which is in the description of this, where we play through games. And somebody asked about you not being in Let's Plays. You actually are in one that we're working on. It's just, it's an old game, and we felt no need to rush it.
Right,
We're playing through a Harry Potter game together.
Yes, yeah. An old retro one, yeah, the Sorcerer's Stone.
And we would have done that some today, but we wanted to play this.
Yes.
So
yeah.
That's why we're here.
Trying to get the Arkham City Master done. Yeah, this was, I'm actually excited to do this again, so no, this is great. And I've been on a stream, I don't remember if I've ever been on a stream, to be honest with you, so this is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's crazy.
I will cut that in a minute. Charles Demers asked what my favorite movie is. Probably Blade Runner.
The original one?
Yeah, Blade Runner, the final cut, like the actual director's cut of it that's good.
Who directed that again?
Ridley Scott.
Ah, yes, okay.
Yeah, very good film. Harrison Ford led. I really like that film a lot.
What did you think of 2049?
Amazing. Amazing
Did it-
follow-up.
It hung up well with the original one.
Oh,
then?
yeah. Definitely. One of
Gosling
the most...
was the main guy in that one,
Yeah,
right?
Ryan Hotling.
He's great.
One
man.
of the
Yeah.
best sequels I've ever seen for respecting the original.
Really?
Yes. And building on it and not taking away from it in some way.
You are the best.
Commando asked about King of Creepy. I do want to do more with that. Nobody was really watching it, is what sucks. Jill and I do have a comeback planned for that in February. So we're going to try and probably aim for like a video a month on there. It's just a
What's a
problem of
light
like
weight?
keeping up.
Sure.
Because like right now we're trying to monetize our channels. Jill started a new job. I can only do so much because of my chronic pain issues. So what we're trying to do is monetize. That was actually just excellently done there. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Trying to get enough people to watch JRPG and Magical Jill as well to monetize those. Which Magical Jill is more like Jill's stuff, so it's like I'm on it, but it's like Sailor Moon, which I love. So some anime stuff. I think eventually we're gonna do some of Full Metal Alchemist, things like that. She does doll and toy reviews, so we're kind of just trying to solidify
That's me. We're talking about me.
the things that we're building, and it was getting a little too broad. You know, like there was too many things. Like there was too much of a. We have to post at least one on King of Creepy. We have to post one on JRPG. We have to post one on Jill. We have to post 4 on Jay. It impacts the video quality. Like it just can't
Sure.
be done to that extent. We need to find a better way to do it.
Why don't we pause the game for just a second and go upstairs and get food and then come back?
Why don't you cut tea and I will cut the pizza and bring some down.
Okay, will you put butter in my hot pockets and bring
Ooh.
me french fries?
Yay.
Will you read the chat some?
Yay.
This one's messing me up. This one's been real tough.
Hello, Teener.
Thank you.
I went to Jill's school, by the way. I was the kid who sat in the corner.
What?
There's a lot of kids who sat in the corner, dude.
What? Were you one of them, Jill? What did that look like for you?
It looks like this.
Wow. That's very
It was
nice.
sad.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Shoot. I'm sorry.
Oh,
to
is
see
he
that.
talking about the special school?
I think it might be, yeah.
I think he was.
They asked, favorite movie, Jill, by the way, was a question that was posed. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Gosh, I don't know. I really like a lot of cartoon movies. Like, I really love Anastasia, and I love, like, the Disney princess movies.
What's a Nightwing?
I like Shrek a lot.
Shrek is a great movie.
I really like Shrek. I don't know. I don't really have, like, a favorite movie. I really liked the Matrix series.
Like all of them.
Yeah, I liked the first 3 the most.
Okay.
But I liked the 4th one mostly. I love the Barbie movies. Sailor Moon has some pretty epic movies that I really like. My favorite one is Supers, the 3rd one. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a favorite movie. I know yours is Dark Knight trilogy.
I would say probably Dark Knight. Yeah, I think I
Dark
love.
Knight.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's very generic as a Batman fan, but it's just so good. I think I've seen it probably 30 times, which is way too much. But
I like too many things to choose. I'm not very good at choosing favorites.
it's hard. It's very, very hard.
The only favorite I've ever chosen is my husband.
Of course I am not.
Okay, I have to get 3 guys with an escrow stick here.
I was the one who couldn't stop humping the wall.
We've all been there.
Good in the world.
Let me in. Ooh, got it. Okay, that's done. Okay, now we
Hey,
can
do
just
you
do this.
remember one of the first movies you ever saw?
Oh. You know what's crazy, actually? So I went back, and I remember one of the first movies. It definitely is one of the first movies.
This is T's first.
Aw.
Thank you, sir. Wow, look at that. One of the first things that I saw that I remember as a kid, it's almost
Give me a knife.
like a core memory, if you will, was no, this is perfect. Thank you.
Here's
Was
a fart for the chat.
Ew!
cool,
Why'd you do that on my soda?
right on my pizza, dude.
On the soda.
It was
That's
right on
great,
my
man.
soda.
Can't wait to eat this pizza.
Not good enough, Cretans.
But I just saw there was like a clip from Gangs of New York when I was like, I think 6 or 7 is something that I remember. And it stuck with me. With Bill the Butcher over Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Oh.
Like with a butcher knife. And my mom was like, hey, all right, get out of here. You've seen too much.
Oh,
So I
why?
just went back and watched that this last weekend. Just because I mean, I was thinking about, I haven't seen anything with Daniel Day-Lewis, so I went back and watched it. It's awesome. Daniel Day-Lewis is
So that's
crazy.
one of the first
He's so
movies
good.
you ever
That's one of
watched?
the first ones that I remember is Gangs of New York, which is a really good film.
I have
But-
three that I remember being a very, very, very early childhood. One of them was Shrek 2. I didn't watch Shrek 1
Shrek
for
2.
years. I always watched Shrek 2 on VHS tape.
To be honest, I might like 2 more than 1. I love 2. 2
I
is
love
great.
that one too. Another one is this weird, this Puss in Boots movie on VHS tape that was like, the animation was kind of like a PowerPoint presentation where it was like slideshow kind of, and it's apparently the VHS tape is really rare now, and I don't even know like how to find it or what it was called, but it's like a really niche thing. And then there's another really niche movie I remember in my childhood. It was called Mulan, but it wasn't the Disney version. It was a version where they were all bugs, and like
What?
Mulan, she didn't have any like gender changing things in it. She just was a bug, and she was beating up this bug named Malachi.
I personally think the fries need salt. What the hell is
That you
happening
do.
down here by the discussion? Did the chat acknowledge my fart?
I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. They should have.
Why are these headphones in my
It's
way
really
of
well
my
done.
food? There you go. Put it here.
That's
I
delicious.
don't know. I don't think anyone acknowledged your fart. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
a wild first movie, by the way.
I'm gonna look it up for you to show you. Actually,
Please do.
Yeah.
Looking at the Riddler here, I think the Riddler in Arkham City is probably my favorite version of him. He's annoying all the way around. Did you enjoy the Riddlers at any point
It
in
was
the series?
this. It was this.
That looks terrible.
It was a crazy
It looked
movie.
really, really bad.
Did I enjoy the Riddler at
Yeah.
any point in the series?
Mhm.
I liked him in Asylum.
That's it?
I like, I like him.
I get it.
I like him as a character,
Yeah.
but I extremely dislike all of his annoying riddles and all of his trophies that you have to get. And one of my biggest problems with him in Night is the fact that if you want to see the actual ending to the game, you have to finish all his bullshit.
It's so many, too.
And it's
I know.
really upsetting and mean, and I didn't like that aspect of Night at all. That's one of my least favorite things about that game, actually.
Sure.
But yeah, I thought he was fine in Asylum. I feel like they overused him in City, and then in Night it was just getting a little bit. Like we needed to tone it.
What about Origins? I thought Origins was the worst of him in that.
I didn't bother with him in Origins. I didn't bother.
It was a really good call.
Seriously.
Who?
You boys
Riddler.
Don't stay
Oh, what about Cyrus Pink Eye?
Who?
I love that guy, too. Really tough nickname, though, huh?
Do you want some salt? Mm-hmm. Do you want some salt?
I already put some on. I'm good. Thank you.
You want more?
Yeah, please.
Drink it. Is anybody reading the chat anymore? Or did everybody give up on the chat? They're all gonna leave.
Oh, I forgot.
What? What? Ku Klux Klan!
Spectacular Spooter wants to be acknowledged.
Uh-oh.
I had to give up with Nightwing. Wasn't going well.
Really?
Made some good progress,
That's a
though.
shame. When are you leaving?
Oh, we asked what one of our first movies we remember seeing as a child, and I want to know yours.
Thomas the Tank Engine and the Magic Railroad, dude.
Aw,
Whoa.
that's cute.
That shit was sick. There was
And-
fire. It was like Avengers Infinity War for children.
What about
What,
the little
dude?
engine that could?
Little Engine that Could was
I
pretty
love
dope.
that movie.
Pooh's Grand Adventure, which is also what I call it when Jill has to poo. You know
I
what
never
I mean?
saw Pooh's Great Adventure.
Dude, you're missing out. I have it on Blu-ray if you ever want to watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
Thomas-
absolutely.
Thomas says he was too busy trying to smell your fart through the microphone that he didn't acknowledge it.
Oh, that makes sense. Do
That's a real pal.
you want any of this for your
Yes,
pizza?
please. Yeah.
Here, you've been playing the whole time. Let me do a little bit of a combat or something.
Yeah, get them.
So that you can eat.
T, do you like the fries?
They're delicious. They're very well done.
I put Mexican cheese on them.
What'd you
was
say?
that?
Mexican?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great. Okay, good. Yeah, Thomas.
How did that cheese make it across the border, Joe? I got him.
Whoa!
Little political
It
joke.
hopped the fence.
That's great.
Whoa, Joe! Too far.
Oh my.
Joe, come on.
I'm just joking.
Did you guys see that that's the biggest political issue right now? in the country in a lot of states.
What? Mexicans?
No, the yeah. Is Taco Bell real Mexican food? Find out. In today's debate, no, it's the border. I'm just saying, I think it's
I like how you just said Mexicans.
Well, you know what? I think it's really racist. Every restaurant I've ever worked in that has been a chain restaurant has exclusively Hispanic people in the kitchen and exclusively Hispanic people cleaning. And I find it to be kind of racist.
Would you rather it was the 50s and it was just women?
I was just gonna say, maybe.
Well, no, I'm just saying that it's kind of
No,
like...
no.
No, come on, hold on.
I'm just kind of saying, like, why do they only hire Mexicans for that job? Isn't it kind of...
So I think I know what it is if you actually want an answer on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's... So as a business, at least in Minnesota, you have to have a certain percentage of like people working at your business kind of thing. If you're over a certain amount of employees. Isn't that true, T?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah.
Because that's what somebody told me. It was that there's like there's almost like a thing where it's like if you're not an equal opportunity employer, you can get in a lot of trouble. So you don't want like you don't want to just hire white people because then that's going to be a problem. But something that's interesting is you can't not hire someone based on their race or ability to speak language. The language one doesn't make sense to me because if I went to Japan...
Oh, is that why they're in the kitchen? Because they don't have to talk to anyone, really?
That's genuinely what I think it is it's a way for people to have a job where they can do the job, do a good job, but like even if they're, not a master of the language that's popular in that area, it doesn't matter. I think that's what it is.
That makes sense. Somebody said Arkham Batman versus Comic Ninja Turtles. Much love to y'all, and he gave us $5.
Hey, thank you very much for the super chat.
Oh, it was the governor. Sorry, I forgot to say something.
We really appreciate someone said this. I can't be bothered to figure out who it was. Oh geez, probably the Ninja Turtles, man. The comic Ninja Turtles, 4 of them against Batman. I don't know.
Didn't they do a team up movie recently?
Well,
With Batman and
recently to you is like 7 years ago.
Yeah, like really, really recently. Yeah.
I think the Scooby Doo gang could take on Batman.
Wow. Could you grab them?
It's a hot
I don't
take.
know why you did that.
I don't know why you shoved your finger into my food.
Could you grab the Kleenex, please? That's our napkins.
If you
Kleenex.
do that again, I'm going to start saying some slurs.
You already literally called out Mexican people.
You did do that, yeah.
Well, I was trying to call out the fact that, like,
No, just
I
don't
feel like
bother.
they're being racistly treated in the restaurant industry, and they deserve better.
Meanwhile, Jill, did they hop the fence? Here, take this.
Good to 5 seconds earlier.
What am I taking?
Here, for your hands. It's no worse than you can't walk into a 7-Eleven without running into an Indian man. It's not worse than that, so.
That's true.
I mean, if you can say that and become president, I feel like Jill's okay. The last few years have given me a lot of self-confidence
you could say.
for like what you can go on to do despite how offensive you are.
What was that quote Joe Biden said about, like, there's white people and then there's poor people?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he did say that.
It was. Poor kids are just as talented as white kids, except with a lot more stuttering. Yeah. Yeah, that was.
That's so awful.
Unfortunate.
I can't believe he said that. And then he also said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah, that is true. If you don't know whether to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. Yeah, there's a lot of. Oh, I couldn't see that. It's my colorblindness. Blame it on that. There is.
He is so racist.
There's a lot of oopsie poopsies going on with our political people saying some not great looking
Some
stuff.
wild stuff,
Not
yeah.
great looking.
No one, Donald Trump, yeah, I love black people. Joe Biden, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you know what, Joe Biden is so inclusive.
Joel's randomly becoming political here for no reason in a live
I'm
stream.
not saying that I support anybody. I honestly don't really care. I just kind of think that it's funny that there's one person who's overly racist and there's one person who's trying really hard to at least be somewhat politically correct.
Yeah, but what was really funny to me was recently, if you want to go there was a like accusation of assault, and it was like, I didn't RAPE that woman. She's not my type.
Yeah, that was
And
really
that
bad.
was from the one that you're saying is.
That was really bad.
So look,
I
I
can't
don't
believe he said that.
I don't think either of them is
No,
really
that
very,
was so bad. I can't
very
believe
good
that.
at holding their tongue.
That was so awful. I can't imagine somebody who was our president could say something like that.
Well,
That was
she's
so
not my
awful.
But that was Donald.
Yeah, I know.
Who said that
Can
one?
you believe
So,
that?
I'm just saying that I think all these politicians are very
She's not my type.
They don't know when to
It's
stop.
crazy.
No,
And you
he
notice
should have kept his
they-
mouth shut.
these guys never know when to stop. They start, they're on a good track, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you're derailing here. You better stop. No, I gotta save it. You
Right,
didn't
right.
save it. You know, but you'll never reach the days of Lyndon B. Johnson, which Nate is always talking about, where he would literally pull his wiener out at press conferences and show it to people.
What?
I don't
Yeah.
think you can do that anymore. Can't you get arrested for that?
If Louis C.K. was president, that's what he'd be doing for
Dude,
sure.
he sexually harassed people, like especially reporters.
Did he wear a trench coat while doing it?
No, he was the president, so he didn't have to.
That makes sense.
T was, every time I miss, T's playing.
Whoa, dude, hey.
What's the chat like, by the way? Did it become like a here's the 2024 election?
Uh,
Kanye v. Batman?
Mr. Username gave us $5 and said, "It's been a while since my name has been said out loud, so I'm giving you money to say my name. Please give me attention."
Thank you. Give us more money, you'll get more attention.
I
That goes
love
for
you,
the rest
Mr.
of you.
Username.
Don't give us money, no attention. It's like a real relationship with a woman nowadays. Oh, jeez.
That's incredible.
You're going to play after this one.
Well, that's great, man. Yeah, the
probably-
food was super good.
I feel like we'll stop soon because when Jill starts getting political, it's like it's time to be done.
That's
I'm
that's
not
the
being
threshold.
political. I am not supporting either party.
You should support me.
I'm just saying that
Yeah, what about that?
both of those men have said some really horrific things.
Well, I think it's unfortunate that. Here's the thing, though. Yes, in defense of them both, if somebody followed you around everywhere you went with like a microphone, you would say some pretty horrific.
Oh, I say
horrific
that
stuff,
without
too.
the microphone.
Yeah,
I'm saying you'd get caught.
Oh,
I'll say this. I think that, so I think it's been funny now for like 8 years of watching. I'd say it's getting more sad right now, I would say, than funny. But when Trump was in office, I at least thought there was some comedy in there. 'Cause
Yeah, it
he's
was
getting up and
memes.
talking every single day, because he wanted to. He just wanted to talk to people.
Well,
He just wanted the attention.
Let T talk.
Joe Biden's kind of funny too, with all of the fact that he can't
Okay,
speak.
let T talk.
Yeah. So I thought there's at least been some high quality memes that have come out of it,
True.
and for that we should be grateful. You know?
I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
I kind of miss the meme presidency.
That's true. People forget this. I'm old enough to remember. People did not like Obama for a while. Like even the people who liked him his first 4 years, then they felt like he was a lame duck president who didn't. That means someone who didn't do anything. His last 4 years, he's blamed for messing up the healthcare system by both parties nowadays. People hated George Bush. I don't know how he won twice. George W. Bush.
Oh yeah, I
They-
remember that.
they
I remember how much people hated him.
So like it's been for quite a while where like it's been a politically divisive, country.
Very.
I just think it's more prevalent now with social media and like everybody thinking they're an expert on everything. Like us, like when we talk about something, we're just normal people. Like
Right.
you should not take what I say as like a political endorsement or two. Base your opinions off me. If something I say makes you think and you go look something up, do some research, awesome.
Form your own opinion.
But there's way too many people. They'll like go on and they'll see like, oh, this liberal podcast, or oh, the Daily Wire, or on the right, or like, oh, this talk show, and they'll be like, yes, I believe what they said.
I really
Right.
just want
Too
people
much.
to be well informed and decide for themselves instead of like seeing the stuff on the TV and then being like, yeah, that must be exactly the truth.
Right, there's too much parroting now, and I think that social media has made it. It's a good thing for everyone to have a voice, and it's a bad thing. Because
Yes.
like when everybody has a voice, you also have the voice of people who are absolute morons.
I want to
all the time.
tell a fun fact. I used to live near the Bushes vacation home in Maine.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
they would use their helicopter and they'd literally fly over my house to get to their vacation home.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I've been to their house. I didn't go in, but I drove past it. They have like a huge security gate around it, and they have Secret Service there even when they're not there. Like there's Secret Service vans at the house
Yeah,
at all times.
they have to defend the president, like ex-president, for life.
Right. That's right. I
Arkham City
forgot
is
about
just
that.
the
Yeah, it's actually really cool. I've seen the house. I think it's really awesome. It's right by the ocean in, I think, Cape Elizabeth, which is very close to kind of where I live. And I don't know. I thought it was pretty epic.
I think that is very epic.
That is actually interesting. Also, when you were living there, Taylor Swift was shooting a music video, and your dumb parents said you couldn't go to it.
Yeah, she shot her music video for Mine in Kennebunk literally, Kennybunk is like down the road from where I live, and I could have gone to it. I was like 7 years old, but my mom said no, and we didn't go. And for the entire rest of my life, I have thought about that moment and been so sad. And literally, you like Bubby, he was gonna spend like $800 for me to go to that Eras Tour concert just because of that, because I told him how much it hurt me as a child, and we couldn't get it because of the stupid scalpers for the tickets. But he was willing to spend that amount of money, even though we're super broke and don't have any money.
You should have just went to a Chiefs game this year. You could have went and saw her in the press box, and it would have been just fine.
I wish. I honestly would go to a Chiefs game for that. Actually,
When are they going to force the Chiefs to change their name?
That's true, dude. It's getting real edgy. It's crazy. That stuff, like, the Chiefs went from very quickly, and this is they win all the time. Really quick sports tangent. To like a real lovable, like Patrick Mahomes. It's great.
Boo!
Now all of a sudden, like they've become the most hated team in the NFL very quickly.
But it's the
they're
fault
like the
of the
they're the evil empires. What they are now.
But you know
They keep
why?
winning.
It's the fault of the press. Like Taylor Swift asked the press, "Don't show me in every single thing. I just want to watch my boyfriend play a game."
Yeah, she doesn't want to be on the TV, but they keep showing her, and then it makes the NFL fans mad. It makes her mad. Nobody likes it, but the NFL fans are sadly putting their blame towards her, thinking that it's her fault. But like, what is she supposed to do? Just not show up to her boyfriend's games?
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's mean.
But there's plenty of stars that go to games,
It's true.
and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't spend the whole time focusing on them. Like Leonardo DiCaprio was at a basketball game a while back. They showed him twice.
You are the best.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's because they saw such a big. I think they saw a big spike in people watching
Thankfully, you
games
still have
because
me
of
to
that.
guide
Just
you.
because there were even people who were Taylor Swift fans who were just watching the game, no idea what's going on, but just like waiting to see Taylor Swift do something.
That makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
Taylor Swift fans are honestly kind of crazy. Like, they're actually insane.
2 super
Wild.
chats, by the way.
However, I wanted to say,
Okay, cool.
Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
I kind of love him. He's so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems so nice. Like, I kind of wish I was dating him.
Me too.
They had a controversy just this last game where they everyone's like, oh, they're picking on the Ravens kicker, him and Mahomes, because the kicker set up the ball near where Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey they were like warming up, and he didn't move it. He's like, I'm not moving it when they asked him to do it, so they just like chucked his stuff and got it out of the way, and so everyone's like, oh, picking on the kicker, real classy, guys.
Does anyone want more fries?
I don't know, T, are you still hungry?
I'm good.
There's
I'm
more
good.
pizza.
Bubby, do you want more fries?
I'll eat in a little bit when the live stream's done.
No.
Cupcaker gave us another 5 ruble dollars. I don't know, it says R $5.
Oh,
I think it means like
is that Reddit box?
special.
Oh,
R.
dude, I'm really bad at Predator.
So for attention, we need to give money now. Jay has finally become a Twitch streamer. Congrats, Goku would be proud. I'm trying to level up here, so I appreciate I really appreciate it. The Assassin Gajil said, finally caught a stream. Hey, thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. Means a lot. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I don't know. I think that it's weird. I don't think that like you should just have to not go to the game like because you're famous. That's kind of stupid.
Oh,
shit.
for sure. No, I
Like,
agree.
and I've seen people say that, like, why don't you just not go? It's like, okay, like,
Right.
that's dumb too.
But the NFL they make so much money off it. They're like, why would we change? This is really a bummer.
Well, they ran out of performative activism to make money, so they had to do something else.
They did.
Did you read all the super chats?
I did,
Good.
and I thanked them.
Thank you.
Well, I know they're not paying for the content because this has been a disaster.
No, you're helping me get that platinum. That's all I care about.
T, I thought you were supposed to be a world record holder. For
Well,
It used to be.
yeah. Back in my prime.
Yeah, what happened?
Still wasn't that good. It's weird because you just have like one or two, like, I'm not that good at these games, but you have one or two things where, like, rounds where things go well, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, just got a little lucky, I guess.
Wait, were you actually a world record holder for this?
Yes.
I don't think I was number one.
No, you were.
No. I don't think. Maybe. It's been a long time.
You were for Iceberg Lounge too. You were up in the top 50. Remember?
That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah. Played the game way too much, though. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, bring it back. It was during your days where all you play is Arkham or COD.
Yeah, dude.
That was it, and occasionally basketball.
That's right. It was a simple life, is what
So
it
a
was.
cycle of 3 games of the holy trinity of T's gaming: basketball, COD, Arkham. Very odd combination.
Ooh. Dude.
That's the closest people are going to get to a Cody Rhodes match.
It's right there. Dude, that still bums me out.
That's
'Cause
frustrating.
He's been doing so well, and like the Royal Rumble. I watched the Royal Rumble, by the way.
Oh, I think you need this so you can hear the guys, by the way.
Oh, that
That's
might
probably
help.
your problem.
But that is what the problem is. Yeah, but they the Royal Rumble. I watched it. It was actually you could just watch it on Peacock, and that was
On
great.
what now?
On Peacock is what it was.
So remove P. What did you watch on?
I watched it on Cock. Is what I watched.
And what do you have to do today?
Huh?
What do you have to do to watch on Cock?
It's just you just sign up.
No, you do you have to pee?
You do have I mean you have to pee sometimes. Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's
got it.
like not a it's a very inconsistent thing. But I watched it, and to be honest, I didn't think it was a great event, to be honest with you. I could be way wrong. I haven't kept up with the today's roster, I guess you could say, as much. But was kind of hoping for a big name to come in or something, to really spice it up and have a big pop, and it wasn't much. So, anyways,
Special man, please be nice to the mods, please. I like you, man, but we got to be nice in the chat, okay?
Yeah, especially Eddie. He's like the best mod ever.
Yeah, we just
I'm
got to
not
be.
joking. Eddie shows up to every single live stream. I love that man.
We're just hanging out, okay?
He's
Wait,
a nice dude.
Did my thing not work? I just tried to do a timeout. What happened? Oh, it did work. Okay. So I want to talk about. I have no idea at all. People need to stop putting celebrities on pedestals for being rich. Yeah, if you are. So this is my other thing. How many supermodels show up at MLB games? Every basketball. Every baseball player is dating a supermodel. You notice this? But they don't show them constantly. They'll pan to them once.
Yeah.
as
And then
one quick thing
And
is
be
like,
oh,
part of the
look how
song.
hot she is. Nice
Right.
tits. And then they'll move on. Literally, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing is they're
I think
saying,
announcers say that too.
well, it's not as bad as the you know what, capital of the world. You remember that? What was it, the Cincinnati Reds? We're coming back to the FA capital of the world. Oh, wait, I'm on it.
I kind of think they keep showing Taylor just because she's at the top of her career right now. She's one of the top people in the music industry. She's an international star, and it's kind of like seeing I don't know, the president. Oh my gosh, look at this person that everybody knows. His household name is here. But that doesn't mean that they should treat her not like she's a person.
Why did Eddie say hi to me? Don't talk to me. Did I
Good
talk
for
to you
man.
first?
Draw boundaries. That's good.
Did I
That's
talk
good.
to you first, bro?
It's about time you drew some boundaries
No,
up.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here. Hey, do you want to stop in a few minutes? You seem a little streamed out.
No.
Are you sure?
I am.
I
I'm
know
just.
I'm gonna have to poop soon. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, gotta be prepared for that. Okay, come on. I gotta get through, guys.
Yeah, I find it so weird CM Punk is back, AJ.
Gosh.
I find it so weird. I can't believe for years he was just shitting on the WWE over and over, this company sucks.
Oh,
I
his
hate
pipe
him.
bombs were crazy, man.
I think it's once but he came back before Vince was out. That's what's weird.
Yeah, he
'Cause
did.
I can't believe that because he hated Vince. They must have thrown money at him, right?
I think they probably did.
But it's
yeah.
weird because was he that big of a draw? He was kind of seen as washed up for a while, especially after just being tanked in the UFC.
He got destroyed in the UFC.
That bummed me out.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
him to do okay. Brock Lesnar is amazing, and he is in both worlds.
Right.
I wanted something
Right.
like that for him. I wanted him to do good, but he got into it. He was too old. I'm sure that you can, if you wanted, if you went, you got training from the best trainers in the world.
Yeah.
I'm talking the best.
Yes.
And you're 40. You probably could kick the ass of some 20-year-olds. Even in the UFC, you probably could. There's probably guys with a natural talent who could do that. But good luck. You are at such a uphill battle on that. That is very unlikely.
The reason Brock Lesnar went in, and he was
It's also huge.
the guy's ridiculous. But he also
Building a building.
is ridiculous. That guy is a mountain. And he went to the U of M and was a champion wrestler there too. So he's a really, really good wrestler. But he's also a genetic freak show, man. He's
Right.
crazy. CM Punk is not a genetic freak show. He's
He's a
a
kind of tiny guy.
normal looking guy, and he even came into that fight looking like a dad. And I love CM Punk, but he didn't come in looking jacked by any means.
No.
CM Punk.
He's a big wrestler. Really,
Oh,
I would say
And by
was at his-
big, you mean name, not size.
Yeah, yeah.
He could kick our ass.
He's a
definitely
body
could.
positive wrestler.
But he's not. He's
Yeah.
kind of like Conor McGregor, not in the sense of skill, but in the sense of body type. He's a smaller guy.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
he's not Brock Lesnar.
so
he's not
like Hulk Hogan.
No, he's not The Rock. He's not one of those guys who's just huge. He's just a more lightweight. And it makes sense what the attempt at a career transition, but he didn't have enough of a background in fighting. It was very clearly done by Dana White for publicity.
Do you have your plates?
You know, I think that it's unfortunate, but I don't know what he could have done. I mean, I'm sure that there are guys that could train like a monster, come in and, you know, again, beat guys younger than them. You know, it can happen. Can you take this, Jill? Too. But it's not likely. You know, like you're at such an uphill battle, and it's not your fault. Like it's not like, oh, you couldn't go beat a 20-year-old in the street. Like CM Punk could go kick the ass of like a lot of people under the age of 30, but they're not professional fighters who have trained their whole last X amount of years to get into this, and then he's getting a rush job of training to try and get in before he gets too old.
Yeah, and well, the problem is he went against. I think the first guy he went against was Mickey Gall, who's a very young up and coming guy, trained his whole life, and then he came in and that was his first fight. They kind of fed him to the wolves a little bit. Was the problem? Too.
Yeah.
So like he didn't get off to a good start. It just didn't go well. But it's cool that he tried it. Like it takes guts to hop into a UFC ring with those freaks. Oh, here we go.
Nicholas McMath, Jill and I are doing good today, but it's actually T here instead of Nate this time.
That's true. It's a pleasure.
But yeah, no. I by the way, Special Man, I appreciate you being nice in the chat. Let's just all hang out. It's okay. I'm not gonna see everybody, unfortunately. But yeah, I like CM Punk. I just think that he was getting older, and look, if I went right now and it was like, I am going to train to be a world-class bowler. I'm going to get into bowling. I'm going to be a world-class. I'm going to do it in a year and a half or 2 years.
Sure.
Good luck. Could it happen? I guess. But, like, that's not a lot of time. Like, you have guys who have been, like, fantasizing about joining, into fights since, like, high school. And you're coming from a wrestling background, which is not bad. It's
helpful for sure.
But it's a totally different thing. You're an athlete. But again, dude, this has happened to the best athletes ever. Michael Jordan trying to transition from basketball to baseball to like make his dad happy. That didn't go great. Like
he did it better than most. But he really wasn't. He was more of a draw than he was like an actual
spectacle.
Contributor. Yes.
It was genuinely the Taylor Swift thing. It was, look, we got Michael Jordan.
Right.
And that was the biggest part of him being there. Not to say he didn't do anything, but
could you imagine if Elvis Presley was still alive and he went to a football game? It would be the same thing because, like, international superstar,
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But and that's not even what I was talking about. But I agree with you. I think that all of these things, it's the same.
Sorry,
reason,
I'm washing my hands.
Not at all.
Same reason The Rock came back.
I'm Degenerate Jay now.
You can sit there if you want. It's the same reason The Rock came back now. It's not because it's a great idea. It's because Vince McMahon just got accused of sexual misconduct, and now there are girls coming out, like ring girls, and even like wrestlers who are coming out and saying like, hey, I did a bikini match and it was against my will. Like I didn't want to be there, and I was told if I don't do that, I'm losing my job.
That's pretty messed up. Yeah.
So like then you have those.
They
girls...
should have made Vince McMahon put on a bikini too, against his will.
I would have watched it.
That would have been hot.
I'd watch it now.
Do
you get what I'm saying though? Like it's not about here's what's best for. Jill, stop doing that. Stop nodding at me like you're patronizing me.
I'm not patronizing. I was just agreeing with you.
It's not like it's what's best for the brand. They're doing it as a smokescreen. Like, look over here, we got The Rock.
Here's The Rock. Yeah, the biggest guy on the planet.
But I don't think they realized that people were so into the Cody Rhodes storyline that they didn't need a smokescreen. Right. Like that people looked at it. Actual wrestling fans were like, this isn't anybody's fault. Like. I don't know what's true or not because, like, I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon had claimed those were false claims, and there's other people claiming they're false too. So, like, I'm not saying they're true or false. I always think you should take your time, investigate. But let's say they're true, 100%.
Sure.
Normal wrestling fans who are not psycho are not going to blame Cody Rhodes for that. They're not going to blame The Rock for that. They're not going to blame anybody who's been in the industry at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're just not going to because they're going to blame the guy for his actions, and that's it. But the WWE has had so many controversies, so many stupid writing choices, so many dumb mistakes, and their response is always like, what about that guy over there? Or like, what about this special exhibition match? Like, what about this? It's like, well, what if we move this up? What if we bring this guy in? And even Hulk Hogan, did you see, said recently, I think I might have one more in me. Who knows?
He did?
And I'm now thinking that it's very, very possible that WWE approached him and said like, hey, we need, like a big match type guy. Like, so they moved The Rock in, and then he recently said, who knows, I might have one more in me. And, right now it's in the era where he's being reestablished in WWE lore. Remember for a while after the infamous N-word phone call, he was like cut out of everything. Now he's not really cut out of everything anymore, and he's been going on.
They actually just had him cut a promo for the Royal Rumble right before.
Yep, and he's been going on a bunch of podcasts. Like he was on, I believe, Joe Rogan talking about wrestling.
I think Theo Von too. I think he was with Theo Von.
So you notice how he's made a comeback in the public light too. And as soon as he does that, and he makes a comment about how I might have one more in me, WWE is moving to try and bring all of these people in as a smokescreen. I'm not saying that he'll come back. In fact, you know what it could be? It could be like AEW. It could be like they want one match with Hulk Hogan in their history or something. Even.
Sure.
You never know.
I want to mention real quick, normal people when they have a conversation make eye contact and nod at each other and reply. Jay, when he has a conversation, don't look at me, and I'm the only one who can say anything.
I have autism, and also I don't make nobody talk. I thought T wanted to play and didn't want to have a
What if
talk.
I want to talk? What if I want to answer?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. You guys talk about Hulk Hogan.
You don't have to be quiet. It's just maybe sometimes you should leave like a gap for people. What is this tummy doing here?
Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, stop it. You're upsetting Luna. My baby should not see these.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Dude, I can't. Oh.
Did you see like that O face when he died? Bro,
Yeah,
like
dude.
99%.
Just launched a load.
Riddler's
yeah.
like, wow, what a surprise! You're bigger than I thought.
You should pet Luna. She came to see you and she wants
petting
love.
her.
Are you worried?
She's my friend.
She's a good girl. Did
I
you see
don't
she
know.
yelled into the microphone? She was
I'm-
like, meow.
I'm sorry I ramble too much. This is called Degenerate J, not called Degenerate Jill. But whatever, it's fine.
Okay, well, I wasn't trying to say you were rambling too much. I was just saying sometimes people want to say something too.
Screw anyone else.
Special man is actually normal man, says Eddie. That's funny.
It's messed up, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything to say about that, T? The smokescreen stuff? Haven't you noticed that too?
Yeah, no, they definitely do that. And that's something where like they'll bring out the big names. The Rock is such an easy one where he goes out there, he says all of his classic trademark lines and gets the crowd going. Gets
You
people
want to see
excited.
the Rock cock?
He does say that, yeah. It is.
Which guy was the one who said he didn't like the black people?
Oh yeah. Truth be told, I'm not a big fan of the black people. What was
Wasn't that
promo?
Vince McMahon?
No. It was a promo from a wrestler, and I don't remember who
I
said
don't remember
it. It
who
was
said it
so
was.
ridiculous.
It was really funny.
And then they announced, like, the guy interviewing him went like this. He went, nodded. I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up. I want to know.
Cupcaker gave us $2 in rupees.
Oh, that's not enough to get attention. Don't say their name.
The R means rupees. Oh, that's funny. I just made that joke. I didn't
What,
know
like in
anything.
Link? Like
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda?
Yeah.
Not
Cool.
expecting great things.
Yeah, I don't know what the R means.
What's a
so.
Nightwing?
Is it for read?
That's what I said.
Yeah, he said the same thing earlier.
He gave us R-Bucks? Is he restarted? Or is he acoustic? Is he stupid?
Restart coins.
Kurt Angle said it. Here, let me
It was
see.
Kurt Angle?
Here it is. Here it is. It's a Kurt Angle clip. Let's see if the chat can hear it.
You know, truth be told, I'm not a very big fan of the black people.
That was from Kurt Angle. And the comments are all like...
How do you not get canceled?
The comments are like, Kurt, please stick to the script. Kurt, that was not your line. When you're trying to get out of jury duty.
Oh no.
This was during the period when crowds kept cheering Angle and kept booing Cena. WWE tried every way to have Cena
They
get cheered
did, yeah.
into this job. My uncle, after 2 drinks,
Oh no.
Kurt was willing to do anything for this business.
Did I ever
My uncle after 2 drinks is really good.
Did I ever tell you guys about the story of my grandpa on my dad's side, the mean grandpa that I
is
don't
this
like?
the Walmart story in the parking lot?
Yeah, we were.
Oh no, this hurts me.
Okay, so for preface, or like pretense,
Preface.
Preface.
whatever it's called.
Let's drop some preface. That's what like waifu Mia and all my favorite OnlyFans girls call it when they're like getting warmed up. They call it preface.
So I lived in a city in Maine that was very white. Like you didn't really see black people very often.
Yeah,
and-
they'd be like, "Honey, you want to take a picture with this man?"
No, that wasn't. No. And my grandpa on my dad's side, not the one on my mom's side, by the way. The one on my mom's side is an absolute angel and is the best man ever.
We figured when you said the one on your dad's side that it was not the one on your mom's side.
The one
checks out.
The one on my dad's side is really racist and is kind of a bad person. And I don't like him and I don't talk to him.
Hot.
But back when we did talk to him, we went to Walmart to help him pick out groceries and stuff because I think his wife had just died. And basically, there was this car that stopped in front of the doors of Walmart, and it was a black man, and he took out his children from the back of the car and was helping them put on their coats and stuff before they went into the store.
Okay.
And they were blocking up traffic, and one of the people that was being blocked up by the traffic was my dad's truck. So my grandpa rolls down the window and sticks his head out the window.
Don't say the word, Jill.
And says, "Get out of the way, you stupid N-words."
Whoa, dude.
And then we go into the store, and my grandpa hears like a clatter, and he's like, I'm a good person. I will go
Was
help.
this Santa Claus? There arose such a clatter.
I'm a good person. I will go help pick up whatever this.
Jill's grandpa, get out of the way, you stupid N-words. Jill's grandpa 1 minute later, I'm a good person. I'm gonna go help these people.
I'm gonna help this person pick up whatever they dropped. And he goes up to these people, and it's the black people that he has said the N-word to.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
And he's,
Did they know that he said it?
yes!
They did.
And he looks at them, and he gives them this face. And I don't know what happened next because I ran.
But you said he talked to them and was friendly to them.
I don't-
As
I
if
don't-
it didn't happen.
I don't remember what happened. I think that might have been it. I think he might have
You can just
forgotten.
have to try.
I think he might have forgotten that was the black people that he said that to.
I don't know if I want to do this one, dude.
This one's
And-
tough.
And I was like so embarrassed and upset that I like ran away to the other side of the store, and I was like, "Dad, I'm never going shopping with Grandpa ever again."
I was with my friend Dom. And
He's like, why? What is
we were in a parking lot at Barnes and Noble. This is actually over by Roseville. I don't know. Nobody knows what where I'm talking about. It's Harmar Mall, by the way. But you know where I'm talking about,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, triple header, use the electrical blast on 3 or more henchmen, kick 2 henchmen in 1 move. That's impossible. You'd have to look up a guide for that. Use the backlot to disarm a henchman and then take him down. Okay, cool.
That one's not bad. Yeah.
So, let me say this really quick. We were in a parking lot, and there was a drunk guy who said, like, "Get over here, you stupid N-word, I'm going to beat your ass." Like, yelled it at him across the parking lot. It was not, it wasn't like a dark joke. Wait, that came out wrong. It wasn't like a it wasn't black comedy. Wait, no, that came out wrong. No, it wasn't, he wasn't joking. Like, not that that would be an okay joke with a stranger, but hey, it would be better than just straight up being hateful.
Right.
No, like, this was, like, real. Like, this was a for real...
Like, came from the soul kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Got
like,
it.
you've done this before.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is, like, you're a repeat offender, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you are the serial N-word dropper.
Right.
Like, you have practice. Like, there's double A and there's triple A, and he was in the triple A leagues, and we just left.
You should
'Cause
read your super chat.
I got so mad about it. I got more mad than he did. It was so weird, because he was just like, dude, let's just leave. And it was so sad to me. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
I've never seen that
Yeah, you
happen.
were ready to beat somebody.
I have never seen that happen ever, except that one time. I'm sure it happens to people, but I have never seen it happen except that one time that I was with them, and I was genuinely flabbergasted.
Why
I
did
didn't.
he say that to your friend? By the
I
way?
don't know. I didn't think stuff like that still happened. Like,
Did he just
I'm
say
not
it
trying.
just because your friend was black?
Yeah, well, yeah. Why do you think he called him?
Well, I'm
that?
just
He was
saying.
like, "Oh, hey, get over
Well,
here,
like,
Asian boy,"
I'm
but he
just
was
wondering-
actually black.
I was just wondering, like, did he do anything to warrant it, or was he just walking in the
Did he
parking
do
lot?
anything to warrant being called the N-word? You are a moron.
What?
We were just walking in the parking lot. You're gonna be
I don't
drunk.
know. What if he was standing in the guy's way and the guy was a big jerk?
Whoa.
She'll just channeled her grandpa. Did he do anything to warn it? Was he helping people with their coats?
Did he ask for it?
The
How was he dressed?
The governor said,
Hot dog.
the governor said the rise of chocolate people. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's not my favorite. Do you have a favorite term for every race, by the way? Because I do. I have a favorite term for every race.
You mean like a universal slang term? Is what
Yeah,
you're saying?
so my first one is for white people when they call us mayonnaise. I know it's supposed to be offensive. I find it
I
hilarious.
love that
I think
one.
it's
That was
very funny.
hilarious.
I
Yeah.
have never been offended by it. I always see Asian people trying to drop it. Like Asian people who are, like, usually Chinese people who are mad at white
Yeah.
people on social media.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking funny. Like, you're not
I
offending
also
me
love
with
when they
that.
call
That's
us
hilarious.
crackers. I think that was funny
Honky's
too.
really good too. I like Honky
Those
a
are funny.
lot.
I think for black people, it would be basketball Americans. I just think it's the funniest just
That
it's-
one's really funny,
It's bad.
too.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying you should say it, but I'm saying if we're going through our names for like our slang for races, mayonnaise for white people, basketball Americans for black people. I think those are both pretty funny.
Pretty standard stuff. Yeah.
we're
yeah.
not
What about
into-
for Middle Eastern people?
Anyone wants a
You
piece
see,
of
those
me?
aren't usually funny. They're usually just mean-spirited.
Sure.
I don't know. They usually involve things like towels or like jokes about terrorism. They're not very funny. They're just mean. So
Right,
I don't really.
What about for Asian people?
That one, mathematicians will probably be up there for me. That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
When
yeah.
people just no, it's not a good stereotype because like it makes a lot of Asian people feel bad, like that they have to measure up to this, like be an A plus student.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's a funny stereotype that they're all smarter than us.
Right. Right.
I mean, because
Yeah.
it's often true.
Yes,
I'm
it is,
a
yeah.
moron.
Right.
So it's pretty funny to me when that's I don't know. That's just it seems in good fun usually.
Yes. Yeah.
Not a great stereotype.
I feel like any names I could think of would just be bad.
Yeah, because you're channeling your grandpa's energy, bro.
Yeah.
What did he do to deserve being called the N-word, by the way?
Oh, we're not asking the right
Well,
questions
I
here.
didn't know if he was like
You were
doing
trying to
something.
ask like why did this guy target this random
Yeah.
guy in a crowd? I get what you're saying, but like what did he do to warrant being called the N-word? Probably not the best way to phrase
Well, I
it.
guess what I was trying to say is there's a million black people in Minnesota. Like, why did he just choose your friend specifically?
Oh, no, he's just so good looking.
That makes sense. I have to go poop.
All right, cool.
Go get him.
I can't do this, by the way.
This one's hard, man.
I don't think I can do it.
I don't dig this one.
How do you get these people all together?
I was able to get the 3 Eskrima stick charge one, but that was it. That was like the main one that I could get.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I think by the way that those are pretty funny.
I agree.
Now,
That's good
if you're
stuff.
saying anything to ever hurt someone's feelings on purpose, uncool.
Intent is important for sure.
I think, but they're still kind of funny. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Come on, we
It's
should
just
have a little fun
unfortunate
here.
there's not really a funny one for like Middle Eastern people because I think a lot of it has to do with like fear mongering of like things that have happened in recent last 20 years.
Sure.
So there's not really a lot of funny there. There's also not very many funny ones with Native Americans because it just makes you sad.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just
Yeah,
feels that
yeah.
one feels in bad taste.
That's a tough one. Yeah, that's a tough one too. Yeah.
They have some funny jokes though.
They do.
I really
yeah.
like when Native American people lean into it, and they're and like there was a character on I think Community or 30 Rock, I don't remember, who was Native American.
Yeah.
And he'd always be like, "That's offensive," you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff is funny.
Yeah, I agree.
But not many I can think of. I don't know.
There's not a lot there either. No, I think Asians and white ones are really good. Black, obviously, they're basketball Americans. I haven't heard that one. That is electric.
So black people, that's a touchy subject. Like just in general with people.
Right.
As somebody with literally 0 ounces of racism in my heart, my favorite Green Lantern is John Stewart, aka I have a black friend. He's just in comics.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah.
I think that intent is definitely important. I don't know,
Absolutely.
but somebody's gonna get mad about it, so
Oh,
whatever.
for sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you're not yelling the N-word at people in a Barnes and Noble parking lot like a madman, and then getting Jill to like be your defense attorney. We got Matt Murdock in here.
Right.
Matt Murdock entered the chat. Well, what was he doing? Like it's like the Punisher trial. Like, well, come on now. Really? Like we're gonna get mad about this?
Let's chill out, huh?
Remember the Matt Murdock trial with Punisher?
I haven't seen that.
You have not seen?
No, man.
Dude, you didn't watch. You didn't watch the Daredevil season 2?
No, I stopped at 1.
Really, you should watch season 2. It's
Is it on Disney Plus? Is that where it is?
yes, it is on Dixney Plus. Yeah, not on Pisscock yet, but Dixney Plus it is on.
Yeah. Because they moved over there recently, dude. But I heard season 2 was really, really good. I don't know why I didn't go in and watch it.
It is. It's very much like about the difference in methodology. Oh no!
Come on.
How? What is?
Oh
with
wait,
this?
no. I think you just have to do the electric charge, not the Eskrima stick.
What? Why were you doing this?
Electric blast. I was doing that on the other one. Is what that one's needed for.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I could have done it 12 times.
Yeah. For sure.
How do you aim it? Oh, like that.
Yeah. You just, like,
Okay, so I was doing the wrong thing because I can't read.
Yes, I think that is certainly a problem.
What's happening in the chat? All right, let's see. T is high energy, says Eddie. I agree. That's why we have him here. I have no idea. I'm not racist. I watched Static Shock as a kid, 100%.
Dude, great show, by the way.
Oh, amazing.
I just watched that for the first time, like, within the last year, because I was going through the entire DCAU. Static Shock is one of my favorite shows, man. They were so well done. And then the episode where they tied in when they're older, and they have, like, the like the flash forward or whatever it is, they go to a different universe where they're 50 years in the future. It's Batman Beyond, and it's an old shock, and dude, it's so
Old shock is what you call
yeah.
it when you go visit the old folks' home and the guys get a little freaky with you, dude.
A finger slips where it's not supposed to.
We're gonna give you the old shock.
The
bro.
old shock, not again.
Not again.
Dennis, please, no.
You've experienced this before? Why, Dennis? That
Oh,
was
no, there's nothing to connect there at all. But yeah, that show was incredible, and like it really tied into JLU really well too. I think there was only like 1, maybe 2 cameos of him showing up in the Justice League shows, but
Did you like, by the way, how they changed the art style for different appearances? So, like, when they tied it into the new Batman Adventures, you saw Batman and Tim Drake,
Yes.
and they were in the art style Batman the New Adventures. But then when it was the Justice League, and you saw Batman from the Justice League, he was in the Justice League style.
yes,
Wasn't that awesome?
the attention to detail is unbelievable in those shows, man.
Let's hit these guys and then see if somebody shows up.
Boink. Yeah, you need one more. I think that'll work though. Don't get
they're
shot.
too
They know where
far
you are. They
apart.
know where you are. They know where you are.
How do you know?
They said he's up there.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
They could have been talking about anybody. What if they're talking about Killer Cock?
Killer Cock is up there.
The Jerker!
not the Jonkler. But yeah, man, that show is incredible. I was gonna tell you too. I recently went back and watched The Dark Knight Returns Part 1.
Yeah, amazing movie.
Just what, dude?
One of my favorite Batman movies ever.
So I forgot about the Two-Face part in it. To be honest with
that
you,
is so sad.
it's such a dark, tough thing to watch. To be honest with
That
you,
he has that bad of a like self-image that he thinks he's just screwed up.
even
fully.
after he's fixed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I'm having a
crazy-
hard time here, by the way.
That's a tough one. If you want to get one more try, then try a different one. We could do that too.
Well, I don't want to waste your time here. I don't know when you're wanting to hang out till, or if you're wanting to be done with this soon, so you don't do this the whole time.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm having a good time.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that movie is, it's crazy. And part 2 though, it's very, very good, but it is one of the darkest, I think, just general things that I've watched. To be honest with you, the ideas behind it and the things that they get into, it's very dark, but it's very well done. But the Joker scene when he's on fire is one of the most haunting images that I've ever seen in my life. So I'm not looking forward to seeing that again.
It's so well done, dude. That movie.
It's crazy that Ben Linus from Lost is the voice of the Joker.
From the Linus Tech Tips guy.
What?
Linus's Tech Tips that he's in there.
Linus Tech Tips?
Yeah.
That sounds like a sex line, dude. What is that?
No, it's a YouTuber, dude.
What?
He might be. I don't know. Every YouTuber after like 5 years, it's like, and he solicited me for pics of my wiener. Haven't you noticed that?
No, but you're well past the 5-year mark, so what is... Hold on.
Just hasn't come out yet.
Oh. I see.
See, my problem is I'm too shy. Even if I was a predator, I can't talk to people.
You're too nervous to talk to people to
Yeah,
be a
like,
predator.
oh, well, how are
That's
you?
your defense?
How you doing today?
I can't be a predator. I'm too nervous. That's a good defense, man.
I thought it was.
Well, that could work. That might work. It didn't work.
Why'd I miss him? Bro dodged.
Try again. Yeah. 1. Come on. You have... Oh,
I did it.
Oh, you got it, though.
Jill says, don't forget to read the chat. Can I ignore the chat? Let's see. Cupcaker said, I'm not racist. I play GTA San Andreas. That's true. I'm also not ableist or fat phobic because I make CJ fat. Thoughts on the changes for Netflix Avatar, says Fat Man. Stupid. Have you seen this?
Netflix Avatar. Huh?
Yeah, that they're making an Avatar The Last Airbender show for Netflix. Jill is like writhing in her poop right now because she's pooping downstairs.
Oh,
and
it's a tough one, huh?
She's probably upset she can't talk about it.
Wait, is it... Are people not excited about it?
No, they keep changing stuff. They're like, we're gonna show the air nomads be slaughtered this time. Like, and it's like, but you did that so well in the cartoon without showing it. You told an emotional and powerful story. Like, why?
It was very sad, anyways, and like I got the picture. You know, I didn't realize they were doing that. I just saw the trailer.
I'm
and
pretty
I thought,
sure this is not the way to do this. By the way,
but if it works, then
it doesn't. That's not the way to do
that's
it.
tough. But I thought the trailer was really cool. I love the music. I thought they actually like the actors look pretty good. I thought, but there's story stuff that's leaking though? That's not.
Jill says
Not
she
good.
hates the idea that the show even exists now.
Oh, shoot.
But
Shoot.
yeah,
It doesn't need to. That's for sure.
It is frustrating to people, man. Like they are going to show that. They said they're walking back Sokka's sexism, that like he's going to take women seriously instead of being a sexist, even though that was a huge part of his growth as a character. You watched it, right?
Oh yeah.
Was like when he gets humbled by Suki and stuff, and then
Yes.
he kind of becomes a more like understanding person and realizes like, oh, I'm not hot shit.
Well, and they did it like comically too. By the way, it wasn't like I think they did it in a really like he's comic relief in the first place, but they do that bit in a very comic way. So like to not have that just because the risk of offending somebody, that's really a bummer.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is dumb. The original showrunners of the original cartoon were tied to this. They dipped. Did you know that?
What?
They are not doing it anymore because they said that it is a mess. Like they left and they said whatever the final product is not what we wrote.
What?
Yep.
Are they doing so? As far as like what's going to release, are they doing it by season, like book 1, 2, and 3 again, or are they doing like all at once?
This is so bad.
I know it's hard.
I don't know that. I just know that Netflix is doing a serialized drama on it. Jill says she's writhing. Jill didn't seem to have anything else to say about it, surprisingly.
Shoot.
It's frustrating. I don't know. There's just so much stuff that looks like crap. Hey, Dravaris, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm not excited at all. And yeah, they straight up disavowed it. They left and they said, like, on social media, like, in a press release, like, whatever the final product is, we don't have anything to do with it. It's not our story. So
That's crazy. Why would you not have them involved? I guess that doesn't...
Because they ignored them. Like, they wanted them to show up and just say yes to everything that they wanted to do.
And then they could attach their name to it and say, hey, they were involved.
Yeah.
They
didn't want them to have, like, creative input.
Wow. That's really a bummer. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. That's one of the things that I grew up with. That event, by the way, in when Nickelodeon was, like, I think at its peak. You had SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, I think Danny Phantom was on that one. You had some real banger shows, and then Avatar was going. And it was at a point where, like, my friends came over, and we watched the finale of that show. It was, like, an Avengers-level threat, dude, is what it was. It was a huge hype thing. And Nickelodeon marketed it in an awesome way, and they were building up to it, to the final battle with Aang and the Fire Lord. Like, it was great. So that's just kind of a bummer, I guess, if they're gonna ruin that. Do they then? I suppose it'll be contingent on how it goes with this show. Are they gonna do Legend of Korra then too?
I don't know. I mean, people seem to watch this crap even if it's bad. Have you noticed that?
People even buy the Suicide Squad even though it's not getting good.
You bought it too.
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm part of the problem.
No, I think it just depends on money. It's not going to depend on how good it is. We both know that.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care about that. That's we're past the point of companies caring about that. What they care about is reception and money. Like, if we all dunk on it, make fun of it, and it makes no money, it won't be back. If it makes a ton of money, it gets new subscribers to Netflix and gets people to, join up, it'll be back. We just know that's how it works. It's not about the art. It's not about how good or bad it is. It's about money. So,
which is why Suicide Squad is now a live streaming service, basically, right? Like a battle pass, all of that stuff included. Which to me is such a shame when you look at how well these games were received, the Arkham games, and you move it into something where it costs $25 for a legendary suit for one character in that game.
does it actually?
$25
for one of those packs?
For one of those legendary bundle things, yeah. It's $25 So that's crazy. That's really... I could see maybe $5, if there's something really cool, like an old retro one, or one that you're attached to. It's like $5, maybe $10 if you get, like, an extra move, or, like, a really cool gun that does something different. And you can, like... That's adding value. If you're just saying, hey, this is a Harley Quinn suit from whatever, and then it's a legendary one, and you get these different parts of the outfit, $25. That is unbelievable, man. Even Fortnite is more reasonably priced in some of those things than what this game is priced at originally. I'm not a fan of what they did there at all. And it doesn't seem like... I didn't even realize they were releasing more content after the game launches. It just seems to me that they didn't release the whole game, and they're going to put a ton of stuff. Maybe it'll... Like, I think you mentioned that some of it'll be free. And this is a bit of a rant.
Cosmetics will be free. By the way, we got a Gervaris who's been a member for 8 months asked how it's going to you.
It's been going good.
You can hear T's mad.
Yeah, all whipped up. No, it's been good. Yeah, thank you for asking. It's been very good. Very busy with work, but I'm very excited to be back and doing things like this. I miss doing it, so it's
We missed
good
you
to be
too.
back. Thank you so much.
But you wanted to complain more?
I did. Yeah. So I was just the paywall stuff for some of those things is really poorly done in my opinion, and it's not something that Rocksteady did before, and you could I don't know if that's going to be attributed to. Oh my. If you'll attribute that to Sefton Hill and those guys being gone, or it's been so long since that should work.
It's a sharpshooter. Let's do a different one.
Let's do it. Yeah,
I'm not having fun.
We'll switch it up. But I'm very frustrated in the way that they've set up the game and the fact that content's coming out later with, for example, Arkham Knight. A full game was launched, and then you got all this DLC afterwards that really added to it. I think the season pass was it $15 or $20, and you got everything. And that was 6 months, month by month, the releasing fun new content. Absolutely $20 worth, in my opinion, between all the DLC, the stories added, just even adding.
You're losing your voice.
Maybe.
Are we talking too much?
No, we're good. But like they added a lot in that. But then I get to this game here, and I'm worried that now I'm at a part where I've heard that the game is 10 hours long. I'm about at the point where I've heard that it starts to change. Things start to feel very rushed, and we hurry to the end of the game instead of it being fleshed out and really having a nice, solid, foundational story in there, built on what was already like. If you're going to claim it's in the Arkhamverse, there's so much that you can build off of in there. Instead, we're rushing very quickly, and so I would describe the game right now, my halfway point game, as mid. I would just say that it's a mid-standard game that I've played before, is kind of what it feels like, to be honest with you. With not a lot of differentiation between the different characters and how they play, with not a lot of really cool customizing with the guns themselves. And I really wanted to like this game, and I still like parts of it for sure. The voice acting is incredible, the Batman experience, some of the traversal's cool, and the combat, there are some really redeeming things. But anyways, that was a very long ramble, but the game is kind of frustrating me so far.
Jill says, by the way, I said more in the chat about the show, but you didn't see it. I did not see it. Tell people this about Avatar. I'm mad about it. And I think if they aren't going to do the original creator's vision, then it's not worth watching. The show did not need live action anyway. It was good as it was. I agree.
It didn't. Yeah.
Not everything that's animated needs a live action. You know what I'd like to see more of? Things that are live action getting an animated. Like how they did The Boys shorts with the cartoon.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, cool. That kind of stuff is fun. You add like a new layer to it. A lot of animation stuff, though, you could not be making JLU with live action.
No.
On a TV budget in the early 2000s, that show needed to be animated.
Yes.
Because you couldn't be on the Watchtower. You couldn't have Superman versus Doomsday. You couldn't have any of that stuff.
No.
It's totally different budgets. It's totally different mindsets. You need to... I don't know. I just think it's unfortunate that these groups don't get that. They just think, live action good. People like. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who think that too. They're like, cartoons are for babies. It's like, no, bro, you're missing out. They're not for babies. You're just being a loser because you refuse to open your mind to anything outside of like, The Dark Knight or something. Like, there's other versions of Batman that are awesome. Just because you don't want to read comic books, you're missing out then. That doesn't mean that comic books are bad or that cartoons are bad. It's okay to like try new things. Too many people are not willing to. And so they're like, well, the Avatar cartoon was for babies. Now this is the adult type shit.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's not what it is. You're just trying to pander to a cartoons don't matter elitist mentality that very few but certain people have, that nobody should have, and that's not good for anything. That hampers creativity. It's one of the reasons why animation's in a weird spot now, where like it's not taken as seriously. It has to be an all ages thing, or a super adult thing like Family Guy. There's no in between. There's no Batman Beyonds of the world where it's like anyone can watch this, but if you're an adult, whoa, you're getting more out of it.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. It's just not.
They do. So one thing I've guessed that even some of my friends who were not into animation, and honestly, kind of just like, if it's animated, I'm not watching it. But then there's been a couple of things. So I would say Invincible has been really, really good for kind of bringing people in of like, this is crazy, this is really fun, and it's got like some good comedy to it too. But it's just really well done.
Think, Mark, think.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons is so good at that
Look what
show.
they need to mimic a fraction of my wiener. Yeah, bro, I love it.
It's so good. And
It's
then,
cool.
And then there was that League of Legends show, I think, that was on Netflix. That got really, really good
The
reviews.
one with Jinx and stuff.
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. That got awesome reviews too, and I think was even getting some award recognition. I think.
Not from me.
No, well then it doesn't matter.
0 out of 10. But yeah, continue.
But so I think there's hopefully some change and shift that's going on of like, hey, some of this animated content is some of the best stuff that I've seen in a long time. 'Cause people are able to be creative, and they're getting some big name actors to do it too. J.K. Simmons being a part of that voice cast, and I think
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling.
Also, the governor gave $1.99 and said, "I would have loved a Batman Beyond game. We both would have too, and we appreciate it." And Travaris Lakes gifted Starlight a membership, which thank you very much. The governor also just gave a $5 super chat, which we appreciate, and said, "I want a Walking Dead animated show following the comics."
that would be awesome.
Closest you're
Yeah.
probably going to get to Telltale.
I was
but
gonna
it would
say
be sick.
Telltale. Yeah, Telltale was incredible.
You were talking about getting talent like J.K. Simmons, which thank you guys for the super chats. by the
Yes,
way.
that's amazing. Yeah, there was J.K. Simmons. I think Glenn from The Walking Dead is Mark. Like he's the guy who's voicing him. So like, there's some very very big names that are in that show.
God, I want to be taken out like this so bad. You know what I'd be doing?
Oops, yeah.
I'd be turning my nose and be like,
She's like, what the hell?
oh, gosh. Well, I'm going down. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Perfect. Fantasy right there.
Take me down.
No, I didn't want to be
Oh no, Catwoman! I dropped my gun. What are we gonna do?
Oh, dude. No, you're right. They're actually getting big names. Studio Ghibli's always been good with that, by the way.
Okay.
Like getting big names to do stuff. Like Christian Bale's even in a Studio Ghibli movie.
Really?
As a voice, yeah.
Wow. And I wonder, like, I know for some actors maybe they don't want to do that, but I feel like a lot of actors have been open to that, and I wonder what they're paying them too. Like, they gotta be making good money for.
I don't know. I know that. By the way, Jill, thanks for pointing those things out in the chat. It's hard to pay attention to everything. I know that for Kiefer Sutherland, he was asked, like, why don't you do more video games like you did Venom Snake for Metal Gear Solid 5?
Oh, sure.
And he said, I don't know. Like, I'm a movie guy. That's what I'm interested in. And I think that's a lot what it is not necessarily elitism. It's these guys. That's just, I should have thrown that there. I just didn't know where he was going to go. These guys grew up and went into Hollywood, and they were taught, you want to be a movie star.
Right.
And so they don't necessarily take other projects as seriously or as prestigious, especially when you're not going to be seen in it. You know, like J.K. Simmons, he doesn't need to make a name for himself. But let's say you do. Are you necessarily going to, if you're trying to make a name for yourself and a lasting career, and you've been raised to be a movie guy, are you necessarily going to want to go into a cartoon where they'll never see your face? I don't know.
Right.
It's going to be up to you as an actor. You're going to be thinking about those things and thinking, okay, well, what do I want to do with my life? What do I, how do I make this name? And I guess, it's the Pedro Pascal syndrome, where Pedro Pascal was allegedly saying that he wanted more time with his helmet off in The Mandalorian because otherwise it's just,
Voice acting, essentially.
it's voice acting and no one sees who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry. I was gonna make sure you got him. Yeah.
I think that's like kind of I think that's also a question when these guys do these roles.
Because they need that recognition, they need that face
To
time
get a role
more
later.
roles. Yeah.
And once you hit J.K. Simmons, who cares? Like, everyone knows who you are.
Right. Well, and I suppose the box office return, I suppose if they're looking at it from a financial standpoint, you probably want to be getting into some of those big movies that are going to get a lot of returns compared to like doing a quick animated movie where you'll make $100,000 and you move on and then you're on to the next project.
Unless it's like an Amazon thing.
Right.
Like
right.
Invincible, like you said. Yeah.
Yes.
Then of course,
budget's unlimited at that point, But yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Is we need the time. I need the ability to show my face so that I can get more opportunities later down the road. Oh, this is scary. Oh yes. Oh, he turned around. Knockout. Get out of there.
Why am I getting a call? Is this from Joe? Oh my. Hey, I beat it.
Nice. 3 stars?
Yeah. Hello?
Well done.
Oh, the visual for the stream froze, apparently. When did that happen? Oh, that sucks. I literally just got 3 stars on this. Like, genuinely.
Like, did pretty good. Actually, that didn't happen.
Wait, so it actually froze? Because it's showing it on Elgato just fine, so it must be on YouTube's end. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, you know what? We've streamed for a while anyway.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Both of our throats hurt.
That's true.
Because of what we were doing before the stream, not the stream. Mm-hmm. No, nobody can hear you. Yeah. You got the most long-winded phone call ever here from Jill, so we're just being quiet in the chat. Jill, I'm going to put you on speaker. You want to say goodbye to the chat?
No, I don't have to say
You're
goodbye.
on
through
speaker, Jill. Jill.
But I feel weird saying goodbye while I'm pooping.
Do it. Tell them you're pooping.
Okay. Everybody, I am pooping. Thank you for all of the super chats. I appreciate it. I hope you check out the channels and check out my channel because I'm better than Degenerate Jay.
I think that might have been too close to the mic. So if you didn't hear what Jill said, she said goodbye.
Yeah,
Right?
I said goodbye.
You want to say it again?
Goodbye.
Okay, well, all right. So I hung up on her. We're gonna end this. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. But yeah, it sounds like for a lot of people it just broke. That sucks. I don't know why that happened.
That's weird.
That happens a lot with streaming on YouTube, and they want people to do streaming on YouTube, but then they don't want to fix the system. You guys notice that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
They've got a lot of issues, that's for sure.
I got them too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the song.
Yeah.
All right, so did you want to say anything else about animation?
No, I don't think so. No,
Oh, are
it
you
was just
sure?
great to be back. Yeah, I had a great stream.
It's great to have you back. I didn't expect to do it for 2.5 hours, though.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Hey,
went a
it
little
flew
while.
by.
But I want to say goodbye to Young Based Lord. I have no idea at all. TJ, Dylan, Nicholas, Special Man, Eddie, thanks for being here. Star, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. If you guys joined late, we are going to basically put this up as a VOD, like a video on demand. So what happens is YouTube processes it. Might take a little bit because it was like 2.5 hours, and then it'll be here. So it's in the live stream tab on this channel. Short of something insane happening, I just keep them up. So
Perfect.
so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Appreciate it. If you are interested in this kind of content, two things. Let me show you here really quick. I have a new channel, which is, let's see if that worked. JayRPG, which I just shared the link to. We cover a lot of games that are like Kingdom Hearts, the Soulsborne games like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls, stuff like that. And also, T's going to be back in the near future, after we get through some more crap, on Degenerate Plays, which is our Let's Play channel where we talk and hang out and play games, which I am putting the link to in the chat in just a second. I'm stalling to get it. We just started playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League there. That was Nate and I playing that. So if you guys want to check that out, that is also something that you can check out. And Jill wanted me to mention as well that we have two things going on. We have our store, which is, I don't know if anybody's going to read this stuff. We have CosmoBunny.shop, which is somewhere we sell repurposed comic book resin, coasters, keychains, stuff like that from comic books and manga that are damaged. If you want to use code DJAY123 at checkout, you get 10% off. That's also our Fortnite creator code. So, fun thing. So if you want to help support the channel, all that stuff helps. Subscribing to channels, watching stuff. Appreciate you very much. Trying to stream more. So, maybe you and I can stream again soon. Just
Absolutely.
maybe not as long and maybe not right away.
Sure.
It hurts my throat.
It does, yeah.
So we appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. Governor, thank you. James, thank you. Mr. Username, thank you. We appreciate you guys very much. Hope you all have a great day. And as always, everybody, stay shway.